I think it was actually muted. Sorry about that.
Should we start again? We had the whole beginning.
Do a quick summary. Summary.
Quick summary. You guys continue to attack on Grudd Haug. Lucius went down. Things went crazy. You guys came in fighting. Hill Giant landed on Wolverbane. Lucius came back to life with a clutch death saving throw. Anakin was there. Luna killed everything. Rograr kills everything as well. Saya never participated in the battle, but she did collect her conch shell from Chief Gus' stash. Well, Rograr got a bunch of magical items, and there's a bunch of other items that he collected. You discovered Hruk, the mate of Moog, who you promised to bring back to Moog. Hruk believed Wolverbane killed Moog and attempted to kill Wolverbane, but not before Luna stopped Hruk from killing Wolverbane by doing a clutch 20 persuasion roll on Hruk to tell him to stop. Did I get everything? I don't know.
The halfling and
there's a halfling in the other room who wants to rescue his pig, and there's bubble pop wrap pigs in the basement. I don't know. Everything's wrong with this.
Popping pigs. They're popping pigs.
Woo. That was. I'm hot now, man. I need a breath. Give me 1 sec.
So
Zaya begins to go under the table to begin casting her hut, Liamon's tiny hut, a ritual spell to protect you guys for your tiny rest.
Hruk, I look up at him. I'm like looking up at him. We're just
think
going
you
to
need to
rest here.
Oh, you're not in yet?
Oh no, I'm just
No.
Yeah, that's fine.
We're just going to rest a bit before we go help you find your wife. Is that okay?
He's just sitting with his arms crossed and his club just at his feet. And he says, Tiny elf say, she take me to Moog, so I wait for her.
Okay, we'll just be over there.
I say, Anakel, perhaps you can convince him to tell his companions if they arrive that we fled from this place.
Should we just get him on our side now, though? Like, turn him on his leader?
I don't think that if he stands up to them, that, like, if while we're resting, they come in,
Right, got you.
he should tell them that we fled this place.
Hruk, my,
So they don't
my
look
main
for
man.
us.
What's up, my dude?
What you want, little man?
If anybody comes looking for us, tell them that we disappeared. We left. We are no more.
But they see hut. They see you sit under table. How do
If they don't see us, just tell them we're gone.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh my, oh boy, oh boy.
Deception, no? Oh, never mind.
Do it.
No, you're legitimately just want him to tell him that.
We're convincing him, right?
16?
Ooh.
He kind of scratches his beard, and when he does, like, his stubble on his chin, and as he does that, you see flies just kind of fly out of his neck folds. He says, I try, but they might see you.
That's
They
fine.
don't
Just
believe
don't tell
Hruk.
them where we were. Just don't tell them where we are. If they find us, they find us. Thanks, man. And I head over.
All right. As you guys are gathering yourselves,
This is a
Out
short
from-
rest, right? We can do things.
yeah, short rest. You guys are short resting. Crawling out from the kitchen, a halfling on his hands and knees crawls out and sees just a bloodbath that has transpired here in the main hall. He just starts panicking, and you hear him skittering across the ground. He spots you guys underneath the table and just starts crawling towards you.
I guess we wave him over. What was his name again? Does anyone remember his name?
Peasant.
Roderick.
Roderick.
Actually, I've never heard it though.
Roderick, come over here. Get over here.
Yes! And he just, his little feet pitter-patter along the stonework ground as he runs quickly over to you guys. He stops, just taking a breath. He's you killed them all! Oh, my pig! Did you get my pig?
The pigs are down below. We're gonna try our best. No promises. We're just making our way slowly down.
Okay,
We got it.
that's a relief.
Is it?
Yes, Binny, my pig. Like I said, she's my life. Without her, I have nothing. I literally have nothing.
There is a crap load of pigs down below. If Binny doesn't survive for whatever reason.
Oh, I know. I've been down there. It's where they kept me as a prisoner, and the others as well.
Oh, right. Gotcha. Well, you're welcome to stay with us for the time being.
Oh yeah. Okay. Are we safe here? He looks around as Zaya is kind of just meditating. A small glow begins to form around you guys as he starts to see the dome of the hut begin to spring to life.
Hasn't been 10 minutes yet?
No, but as you can start kind of see it flickering, the pieces starting to form, the arcane energy glowing. It's beginning to form, take shape.
Oh, okay.
As Zaya's finishing up her spell, I go over to Luna. Hey, Luna. I found this bow and I take it off my pack over in the cart over there. I used to use a bow, but I'm not the best with it, seeing as you used it.
Yes, yes.
You want to take a look?
Sure. Please, yes.
I give it to her and cross it off my inventory.
Check.
Yay.
Can you tell me when...
The bow that he hands you, Luna, it's quite well made. You being familiar with bows, this is a well-crafted bow. You do sense through the craftsmanship and the design, there is a slight arcanic energy emanating from it. It definitely feels more powerful than your standard bow. So it is a magic item, so you can spend your short rest kind of focusing on the item to determine its properties.
Okay, I'll do that then.
All right.
Tell me, Roderick, what is it that makes your pig so special?
I come from a town. It's called. He's like scratching his head for a second. He's got a little wound.
Can you tell me when my 10 minutes over?
Yeah,
So
I mean it's only been a few minutes, but yeah.
Okay, tell me when it's over so I can
Like,
know.
as long as stuff is still happening, you can probably just time it in real time.
Yeah. He says, I come from a town. It's called Belliard. It's just north of here. Have you heard of it?
I believe I've seen the name on a map or something, perhaps.
Yeah, it's a common kind of place just north of in the Desert Valley. He says, we're farmers there. I was a pig farmer. The hill giants, they came and raided our livestock. I got captured. But this pig, it's... I don't know how to explain it, but it's just my prized possession. Without
Sounds a
Binny...
bit romantic, man.
So it wouldn't be satisfactory to simply replace it with one of the many pigs in the lower levels?
It has to be Binny. Please, just believe me. It's just something that it means a lot to me.
I want to make an
Roderick.
insight check to
Sure.
see if he is hiding, like keeping something back.
Sure.
While he's doing that, Roderick, how are we even going to know which one's Binny amongst all those hundreds of pigs down there?
Lucius, as he's kind of saying this, you see a little sparkle in his eye, a little tear. Like he legitimately needs Binny, and he wants Binny. He turns to Annika as you pose that question. He says, I mean, it's like having a pet. You would recognize your own dog or a cat amongst others. Binny is Binny. She's a little smaller than other pigs, but she's mine.
Okay, well,
I did leave a blue collar around her neck. If it's still there, you recognize it by that.
sounds good. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll definitely look for her.
I won't lie to you, that's a big if.
Yeah. But we'll try our best.
Well,
Listen, if you're not going to do it, I'm going to do it myself. Again, I have nothing.
You'll end up in the same position you were in before.
Well, it's worth a try. And he seems very adamant. Kind of like stops his foot at the ground as he says
I
that.
guess that.
okay,
Binny
so
was
I say,
polymorph.
It's your life.
okay, guys, I think he has a fair point. It's his pet, and there's some sentiment attached to that. And I have a wolf, so I would understand. And I think we should all be a little bit understanding of that and let the man love his pig.
I don't know. From the way he's talking, I think it's a little bit more than a pet.
Oh.
He like
I'm calling it now. It was a human that was polymorphed as a pet. Pig.
he acknowledges you, Luna. You see him like nodding profusely along with Luna on what she's saying. Like, she gets this, she gets it. As he's eyeballing your wolf.
I might have to have a conversation with this pig.
Show me where.
Question: does your pig also turn into a dragon?
No, that's ridiculous. Why? This is a serious matter. Please don't take Binny. Don't disrespect Binny like that. He's.
Oh, it's a sign of disrespect to insinuate that something might be a dragon, is it?
Dragons are evil creatures. Why would I associate myself with them?
That's racist.
I look over to Rogadar.
I just smile at Benny, or not Benny, whatever his face
And he
is.
said,
Roderick.
and he just says,
Roderick.
I mean, no disrespect. I mean, I was being disrespectful. I apologize. I didn't mean. Can I stay in your hut? Zaya, your eyes kind of open up, and the hut takes form around you guys. You are now inside the hut.
Ding! Oh my
How
gosh,
does
I'm
the,
so happy that you're still alive. You know,
how
Lucius
does-
made me believe you were dead. What's your name?
How does
my-
Hruk react to us disappearing from sight all of a sudden?
You kind of look outside. You see him, Hruk look. He looks like he's about to stand up out of curiosity. Just lets out a heavy sigh and just sits back down. Like,
He can see us through the dome, though, right?
he can't see through the dome.
No.
He can
No,
see
no,
out.
dark
no,
dome.
nobody can see.
Right.
Roderick turns to Zaya and says, "Oh, my name's Roderick. Your friends here. They promised me they'll retrieve my pig Beanie from downstairs.
Yeah, we will try to retrieve your pig.
I mean, try as best as we can, of course.
How long have you had Binny?
Oh, I've had her. Oh, let's say about 3 years.
Okay.
Thank you.
Do you know why they took her?
Well, they took a bunch of livestock from Billiard, including Binny, and well, I couldn't let them have her, so I followed, but I got captured, and I was brought to the prison down below.
Is
where they
Billy
keep her-
Yard your village?
Yes, it's north of here, deeper in the Desert Valley. I believe there's a family down. There's another family downstairs, captive. And I think there's a druid and some crazy, weird guy. They just chose me next. There was a bunch of us, and they've been slowly eating us, feeding us to that big fat hunk of meat.
Well, we definitely need to go down there now.
Have you been here?
The
Were you
big fat
here?
piece of meat is downstairs now. It's not good.
How much were you able to? Were you around when Chief Ga kicked out several of the hill giants? Is that something that you witnessed, noticed?
There was a lot of movement, a lot of hill giants coming and going. I don't speak giants. I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Very well.
Has there been a
Alright,
lot
guys.
of other captives? Like you were,
Yes.
captured and
Others from Belliard. I believe some from Ulivin. I think there's someone down there from Golden Fields. We tried to talk, but the bugbears down there, they shut us up. We couldn't communicate very well.
Guys, I think this means we have to go down there.
Oh, for sure. We have to rescue these people.
We have to go down there anyway in order to deal with Chief Ga.
That's true. And we have 2 objectives.
oh man.
I am only.
We got this, guys. We got this.
If these prisoners know as much as this halfling does, I don't think that it's worth our time to rescue them.
No, but think about it this way. What if they speak giant and they can tell us more? And
Yeah.
besides,
I mean, we're gonna be down there anyways. We're gonna try to rescue a pig. We might as well make an effort for actual.
I never said that I would try and rescue a pig. You guys can do what you wish.
I'm sitting right here. Why would you say that in front of me?
Or would you rather I hide my intentions from you and be dishonest?
Lucius left his
I
heart in
suppose.
Golden Fields, so don't
Yeah.
worry about him.
Sorry, Roderick. Lucius does not represent the greater good of our people.
What do you call yourselves?
We are Torque, the Ordening Restoration
Council?
Council.
Committee.
Ordening Restoration
committee.
Council / committee, depending on who you ask, like what day they're from.
That seems a little. Okay.
Yeah, there's also some of us like me that are part of Glitterlocks and Co. Just saying, and we do performance, and Halfling do a great job at it.
He just says,
Hey.
too many names. I don't even
Names
know
are
your
great.
names.
That's how you get identified in the world.
Okay.
All right, guys. What's our plan?
We have to
Or
talk to
taking
this
a
giant
cheap
and
shot.
convince him to help us get down there before we go out and get his wife to him.
And how do you expect to do that?
Well, if he wants his wife, right? Then he has to like not obey Chief Guy anymore. Like he really does. That's
Well,
the only
first-
way.
First, we must convince him that he would. That it's worth revolting against Chief Ga to get his wife back.
Well, she kicked him
He,
out once, so we can use
he
that against
didn't.
him.
Well, he stayed and served
You should ask if
because
he
this
left
is
his
his home.
wife and say she's miserable without him, and that's all because of. Go.
How about we ask for how long Chief Ga has been chief and why she's chief? But I can't
Yeah.
leave, so can someone go and ask?
She's chief because she's the biggest.
I spin
It's like-
around.
Yeah,
and
but
step
for
around.
how
I-
long?
It's like we all know I'm the leader here because I'm the biggest.
I pretend not to hear that.
Okay, heal there, big boy. First you heal, and then we.
I'm
I
gonna
look
come
at
out.
Rogadar and I kind of smile and don't say anything.
Come on, Lucius, let's go.
I'm gonna come with you, even though I can't speak giant, and ask you to relay what the giant says.
But we can all hear that, I guess. We're close enough, right?
Yeah, you guys are within earshot.
We
Oh,
need
so you
to
can hear.
put an enchantment on these earpiece things to translate for us.
We need to find
That'd be
more,
cool.
so I can wear
Amazing.
one too.
All right, Hruk, my dude. How's it going? Quick question for you. How long has Chief God been in power here?
Chief Ga, always chief.
Why
She
is she-
chief, long time.
Why did she kick your wives out?
Chief Ga think that our wives distract us from our work, our job, our mission.
Do the hill giants agree?
Well, we miss our wives, but
All of you?
the chief comes first.
Hold on now.
Ask-
what
ask-
was this about a mission?
Ask him, Anakel. Oh shit, Lucius, tell Anakel to ask him about like how they're not worried about disappearing if they don't have wives.
I don't think they're even smart enough to think about that. But after my question,
What mission are you talking about? What are you being distracted from?
Chief Ga needs to be the biggest. We bring Chief Ga food from outside Grudd Haug. Our mission is to bring food back to Grudd Haug.
why
Why-
does Chief
why-
Ga need to be the biggest?
What happens when she becomes the biggest? It's probably from the origin.
Do you know the Ordening?
Yes, we've heard of it.
The Ordening is missing. Hill giants, always smallest giants. We always at the bottom. Now, no Ordening. So, we try to be better. Since we always smallest, we try to be bigger. We feed Chief Ga to show our All-Father, Aman, that Hill Giant can be big too. So, maybe Aman make us better than Stone Giants. We have to keep feeding Chief Ga.
Why does
One giant does
okay?
not.
How do you expect? Okay, I'm talking to Anakel, and the
Yeah.
giant doesn't understand me. I don't understand giant, but so I can say this freely. But like, perhaps we can convince him, as stupid as he is, that without wives, the hill giants will be unable to reproduce, and will never become greater within the Ordening.
Yeah, because we have to change their focus away from Chief Ga.
Hmm.
So I turn back to Hruk. Hruk, what's gonna happen if you don't have your wives anymore? If you don't have your wives, you can't make hill giant babies.
Yeah.
How do you
There you
make
go,
more hill
Anakel.
giants?
Well, when we finish proving to Aman that we better than Stone Giants, then we win. Then next time we try to beat the Frost Giants. But Chief Ga want us to feed her. We have to feed her.
But
All
Is-
giants
Hruk was
know
larger.
Ordening
Do
is
you-
gone. Without Ordening, we are nothing. You're getting the sense that the Ordening, the whole, like every single
Yeah.
giant has a feeling, and it's like their number one focus. They put it beyond like the hill giants are putting it beyond everything at all costs.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
putting.
this is
Yeah, they're
not
putting like growing in the Ordening,
Yeah.
like above
And they
everything else,
see-
right?
They see
What we
Chief
need to
Goblin
do,
is
what we
only
need to do, Anakel, is convince him that this is not the way.
Yeah,
This
I
is
know.
not the
We
way to
tried that,
grow within the Ordening.
Tell him his wife is heartbroken, and so are the other wives.
but we have to give them something that they can think is a better way of restoring themselves.
The hill giants are weakening themselves by not having any wives.
Why don't you tell them
Look
that
at Chief Gus. She cannot even move. She fell down a hole and needs people to roll her around like some kind of ball. This is not a demonstration of strength.
Hruk, making Chief God the biggest is not going to fix your order. Your status in the Ordening. You need to have your wives. You need to grow as a species. You don't want Chief God to be the only female hill giant when she can hardly keep herself alive. You're just going to kill her by feeding her too much.
Make a history check.
Oh, sheesh. I know nothing about history. Oh, maybe I do. Oh, no, I don't.
Yeah, you're not really
I didn't pay
familiar.
attention to school.
You're not really familiar with how of like hill giants mentality and their social structure. Hruk looks at you and says, Chief got big. She can't move. But she's strong. Big is strong.
This is not going to work. Honestly,
No. Can use us as the convincing point. We just took out several of his brothers, and we are not big at all.
Hruk, look around you. Look at the dead
Size
giants over
doesn't
here.
matter.
Look at all the dead goblins and bugbears. 5 people did that. And they're
5
much
little
bigger than-
people.
5 little people did that, and you're much bigger than us. Do you think size matters? We are much stronger than you, and we are still small. What you need is your wives. You don't need Chief Ga to tell you what to do.
He like kind of looks
Allfather
around. He's taken
wants
on.
Chief Ga is a threat. Chief Ga
He's
is
a
a
threat.
threat to the hill giant status.
She's a threat to the hill giant status, and the Allfather would rather have a larger hill giant population rather than one big giant.
Make a persuasion check with advantage as Lucius is
figuring
kind of
out, I'm
supporting
like-
you.
20.
Lucius is supporting you in this. As Hruk looks around, he's taking in what you're saying to him, looking at his fallen.
I'm using my inspiration.
Oh snap!
Okay. He's looking around,
18.
taking in the scene around him. It is a complete bloodbath. He sits there, this look of almost confusion, and it almost looks like he's lost in thought.
I put my
Says-
hand on his knee, just like a reassuring squeeze.
As you kind of put your hand, you actually squeeze what appears to be a giant pimple on his leg,
Ew!
on his knee, and it just squirts you in the face. You take 1 point of acid damage as it runs down your cheek. Disregard. He looks around and says, 5 small folk defeat lot of Grudd Haug. Hill Giant could not stop you. You are strong, small folk. You convinced Chief Ga that our way is wrong. Perhaps Amon want us to be strong like small folk. But
Yeah, now
the
we're getting somewhere.
other giants, the hill giants, the ogres, the ice shield orc, they follow Chief Ga. So you get this impression that, you could kind of convinced him, what your words are convincing, but I mean, he doesn't speak on behalf of Grudd Haug.
Is there any way that you would be able to grant us an audience with Chief Ga? would we be able to speak to her without being attacked?
Can you get us down there, Hruk? Can we visit her? Can we meet with her without being attacked by the hill giants and bugbears?
He ponders that question for a second, says, I can get you to Chief Ga, but it will be dangerous. You push Chief Ga down hole. She not going to be happy about that. Then he kind of reaches over and you notice
Don't worry, I got that in my pocket.
You notice on his hip he's got a large sack. He says, I put you in sack. I bring you to Chief Ga.
I like this
But-
guy. He's smart.
I can protect you from Chief Ga. I will not fight my friends and my brothers and my chief.
We wouldn't expect you to.
Anakel, perhaps we can frame this entire attack in the same way that we just convinced him that size is not the answer.
We get in there, we surround her, and we talk to her. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so I turn around.
This is going to be quite risky.
Are you guys ready? Like, this is it. Like,
Yes.
Wait.
Now yep.
I can use my hit dice, right?
oh,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you guys can use hit dice as you're doing a short rest.
Yeah, I already did my hit dice.
Okay.
We got a plan, guys. We finally got a plan.
And
I am not going in that sack, by the way.
Rogadar,
No,
you gotta
neither.
come.
I don't
I'm
think
gonna
he can
watch
fit
from up
all
top.
of us in his sack anyway.
It's a pretty large sack. Like it's if you guys stuffed yourselves in there, it's pretty spacious.
DM,
Yes.
what does my bow do?
Okay, so as you guys are completing your hour rest, is there anything else you want to do before finishing up?
I would like to look at that rod thing.
Yeah, I want to do a check on one of my items. I want to.
Identify. Okay.
And build the horn.
So Luna, as you kind of focus on this bow, it is a magic bow. It is a bow of +1. So it does just give you +1 on attack rolls and damage rolls. But there's no other further properties than that, but it does give you a +1. So you're even more guaranteed to hits, and when you do, you're gonna do an extra point of damage as well. So
I guess for now we'll just have to do it mentally, and then I'll
yeah,
say that.
just remember you have a +1 bow.
Yeah.
Rogadar, sorry, go ahead, Luna.
No, it's okay. Finish theirs and then.
Rogadar, which one were you looking at?
The tube.
All right, so you pull the tube out. Oh, you pull the tube. There's a lid on the tube. It's a little case. You pull it off, and within you do see, a piece of parchment rolled up. Pulling it out, it does appear to be a spell scroll.
Oh, cool.
You don't need to identify it. I don't think you need to identify a spell scroll. You just look at the spell and you can read it. Looking at the item, it is a spell of. Get my notes here. It is a spell of mirror image. A familiar spell.
Oh,
to
sweet. I love that.
sorcerers, wizards, warlocks get it. But it's a spell that allows you to create 3 images of yourself that appear with you. And when you get attacked, there's a chance that they might hit an illusion. And it's pretty cool. But it basically kind of protects you in combat. It's really neat.
I know. I'm taking it next level, I think.
Oh, there we go. If it wasn't hard enough to kill Rogadar, it's all right, and so that didn't require you, Rogadar, to do an identify if you want to focus on a different item.
Well, then I'll just go through the other one, the vial of black liquid.
Okay, so you look at this. You focus on this black liquid for a while. The liquid looks thick and bubbly. It's got like little chunks in it, but as you kind of turn it on its side, just kind of investigating it, turning it upside down, the liquid flows quite smoothly, even though it looks pretty thick and chunky. Investigating it for a while, you discover that it is a bottle of oil of slipperiness. So slipperiness, it allows you to coat yourself, and you get the effects of. Let me grab it real quick.
Grease me up.
Yeah, basically. So it has 2 purposes. You can either use it on yourself, taking 10 minutes to apply it over your body, and for 8 hours you have the effects of the freedom of movement spell. So you can look up that spell later, but it allows you to get out of grapple. You can't be paralyzed or held. It's basically makes you elusive and slippery. Or you can alternatively put it on the ground as an action, and it covers an area, duplicating the effect of the grease spell, which makes it slippery, obviously. And
it makes all your muscles glisten so you can win bodybuilding competitions.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
I came at the wrong time. I don't know what's going on.
Well, you're not even greased up, man. Go get greased up.
Oh, I got to take my shirt off and grease up. I'm sorry, my bad.
We get a lot more viewers if you do that.
And Luna or Zaya, did you want to do something?
DM.
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
Out of curiosity, like all the items that I picked up, did they all feel like they were? Or did any of them feel like they were containing any magic?
No, you kind of rifle through all your stuff. They just look very valuable. High price points, but no magic items in your pile.
Okay. So, can I take out the conch shell from my bag?
Oh boy, here we go. Is she gonna do it?
I am.
All right, so
He's gonna summon the White Walkers or something.
You weasel out this conch shell that somehow fits in a small bag. You pull it out very carefully, not to rip the bag.
Yeah.
Lest everything gets tossed into the astral sea. So you pull it out, you sit on the grounds, and there before you all see now the conch shell that Zaya has retrieved, with a large rune sketched on the inner side.
Yes. So, can I look at how the mouth of it is built, and does it seem like I can blow in it?
Yeah, I mean, it's like a conch. It's a big opening that kind of circles into a smaller entrance, bends around the corner. You can't really see too far into it. I mean, there's no mouthpiece, but you do have a small mouth. But I mean, you could very well blow into it.
Can I do a history check to know if I've ever encountered that symbol?
You did recognize it as a giant's rune last session, but you weren't able to discern what the rune meant.
Okay. Hey, Anakel. Do you just wanna ask Hruk what's the deal with the conch shell?
Sure. You need to bring it out here, though. He can't see you.
No, I don't want him to see it. Just ask him, like,
why
was Chiefga sitting on a conch shell?
Gotcha. Hey, Hruk, my man. What's with that shell that was that she was Chief God was sitting on? You know what it does?
His eyes widen at the sound at those words. A look of great concern passes over his face. He says, "The shell." He shoots a gaze over towards Chief God's cart. You see him quickly get up and run over to the cart. He starts rummaging through the remains. It must be with Chief God. Where the conch shell?
What does it do, Hruk? What does it do?
No.
That's like
it is a sacred item, a sacred object of the giants. It's not for small folk, not for you.
No, we don't have it. We don't want it. We just want to know what it does when you blow into it.
Nothing. It's not for you.
I look back at Zaya and just shrug.
Should I cast
Don't
suggestion?
let him know we have it.
Should I not cast suggestion? Because if I cast suggestion, then I can't cast it on Chiefga.
I turn to Zai and ask her, why don't you just spend the next 20 minutes looking at it and figuring out what it does?
Oh, right. That's what I wanted to do during my short rest.
You did your short... Oh. Okay.
Well, that's what I was in the process of doing. That's why
so we can assume
that...
Okay, we can assume that you also, as you were doing your short rest, communing with the conch shell. You're looking at this thing. It's large. Again, could blow through it. Wind passing through it would probably cause a small little sound at the end, a little hole gap on the other side. There's definitely a strong magical presence coming from it. You know that it probably requires some kind of attunement to yourself to use. You're not sure what it does. You know that there's some sort of components or some sort of a component that is required to use it. Something it's missing, in a sense.
Okay. So it's magical, it requires attunement to use it, and we're missing an item to use it.
You're missing a component. Whether that's an item, an object, something. There's something missing for it to be able to use it.
Probably being a giant.
And when I look in my inventory, there's nothing that seems like it would...
I mean,
like, it's not my gold flute that I have to put at the end type of thing.
I mean, you can try, but...
You probably need a really big mouth to use it.
It's a giant. You'll need a giant. There's a room down there.
What about me?
You're not a giant. What are you?
Okay, so when you say
Maybe I
component,
aspire to be a giant.
it's not an item, it's like a piece
Thing.
of the conch shell missing?
It could be a physical object, a different item, different... It could be something else. It could. You're not really sure. There's something's missing to perhaps sort of activate the conch shell.
Could be like the environment you'd use it in. Who uses
The
it?
Ordening.
Maybe if you blow it, it'll fix the ordering.
Don't let Hruk know we have it. He's already freaking out.
I don't
They
know
freak
what to
out?
do.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of he's a little concerned. He says that shell is only for Chief Ga.
Oh, you know what it is?
Ask him how Chief God uses it. How? Not why.
Blows into
Does
it.
Chief God ever blow into it?
Of course, sometimes.
And what happens when she does?
It's not for you to know. Only Chief Ga know.
You know?
Okay, ask him when
Only
when
Chief Ga
does she
can do.
blow? When does she
When
blow
did
in
she-
it?
When did she use the horn? The shell?
When she is called upon.
Oh shit, there's some magic up in here, boys.
Only
Girl.
Chief God know the word. Only Chief God know how to use.
Well, I
Gotta
think we should talk to
suggest.
Chief God ourselves.
Okay, this is
Are,
our
are you like going back to the tent to tell her every time, or like saying it?
No,
Oh, no, I
you
guess
said
she
I can
hears.
hear.
She's yeah.
Right.
Um,
This clarifies a little bit of everything.
So there's a command word then.
And I guess the common word is what's on the rune, but we can't read that.
right. So, sacks.
I'll put it back in the bag of holding.
All right, you weasel it back into the holding bag of holding.
Yeah.
Roderick just sitting there, just at this point, you see him. He's like white in the face at the fact that you're talking to a giant. There's a giant conch shell. He doesn't know what the hell is going on. Whoa, what is going on? And he's just panicking.
I'll play a little bit of pan flute to calm him down afterwards. Or lyre, actually. No, what's it
Alright.
called? Lute? Lyre? I don't remember.
Player.
A lyre.
All right, so you guys are finishing up your short rest. What is the plan of action?
So, are we all in agreement? We're gonna do the sack thing, Rogadar?
Yeah, I'd rather not go in the stack. I'll walk
Yeah.
behind, but I won't go in the stack.
Yeah, I'm not
No,
going
we-
in the stack. I'm gonna.
she
Okay, I
can't-
have a question for DM. Sorry, I was gonna ask that before, but so up here, you know this hole.
Yes, that one's.
So can I look through it and see Uritin down there?
Yeah, similar to what Lucius did when he was shooting down to Chief Ga.
Mm-hmm.
You can very well look down it if you wish.
Okay, so I would like to do that then.
All right, so you look down and you see what Lucius had saw earlier. It is just a muddy floor. There are rivers that kind of cross from the water, across the grounds, breaking it up with a little few bridges around here and there. You spot just pigs galore. You catch a glimpse of a few bugbears here and there moving amongst the pigs, trying to calm them down from whatever has transpired down there. It's hard to get an angle to see, around the edges because the floor is so thick.
Mm-hmm.
But looking straight down, it's a pig.
Do I
It's a
see
large,
Chief Ga?
pig. No, you do not. From what Lucius was able to discern, the hill giants had rolled her out of the way, crushing a bunch of pigs in the process.
Listen,
So do we
Rogadar.
see the pathway? Where she was dragged to?
Yeah, there's just a trail of dead, squashed pigs kind of heading southwest.
Listen, Rogadar. Hruk is afraid that we're gonna get attacked or something. It's gonna be trouble if they see us. We're gonna use the bag to get straight to Chief Gao without any incident. That's why we gotta get into the bag.
See,
So have we
when we're
figured
in a
that we can all
bag,
fit in it?
we can all be squished in a bag. When we're outside of a bag, only some of us can be squished.
Well, that's why you have your weapons pointing out, and then
Yeah.
you will cut their hands if they try to squish it.
We all have
It
to
does
get the
worry
bag.
me. It does worry me that Hruk wants to sneak us to Chief Ga, rather than just ask if we can have an audience.
Like, is he gonna
Well, we just
toss us
killed a
in
bunch
the
of them,
bag
right?
in front of Chief Ga, and then we're gonna be surrounded by giants?
That's what we
Because that
want.
sounds like we're gonna be dead immediately.
We have leverage. We should use it.
All right. So what's the new plan then? We need a plan to get down there.
We simply convince the giant. No, Hruk needs to get us an audience with Chief Ga in a capacity where we are confident that we will not be attacked.
Hruk, my dude. We need to meet with Chief Gao, but we don't want to get into your sack. Can you get us an? Can you let us see her without being attacked? Can you promise that?
He leans forward, nice and close to you. He says, "I can walk you down.
Okay.
You may be my prisoner. I bring you to Chief Ga, but my brothers down there and others, I cannot protect you. But if you pretend to be prisoner, I can say I'm bringing you to the other prisoner."
But
That's
we
not bad.
does Chief Ga never have anyone speak to her?
Don't you get
Not
visitors?
small folk. Small folk don't visit here in Grudd Haug.
I guess makes
If
sense.
you want to talk to her, I can tell her. You follow me, I bring you to Chief Ga.
Would she even
But
listen to a
I
prisoner?
need you alive. You bring me to Moog, so I don't want you to die.
Yeah, we just need to get in front of her, and then she'll listen to us.
Fine.
Let's just get in front.
I
Let's
bring
do
you
it.
to Chief Ga then.
Yes, thank you, Brock, my man.
All right.
Oh
Let's
my
go
gosh.
first.
Okay, but we can't. What about Roderick? Like, Roderick's
have a-
gonna die.
Roderick, come
Good
along
for
with us.
Roderick.
Just he
Okay,
can stay up
so-
here.
If he
So
doesn't want
I
to
asked the
die, leave
giant-
him up here.
Oh, can one of you ask the giant how many people
Well,
are
you-
down there? So how many people we should expect?
You speak giant, Luna.
I know, but I'm inside the tent. I'm brushing Cinder's fur, man.
Oh, obviously.
100
how many-
strokes every night.
How many brothers
Yeah.
do you have down here?
Maybe, down below, in Grudd Haug below, is
Yeah.
big. Maybe, 6 or 6 giants. There are goblins and bugbears down there guarding the prisoners and the pigs. Oinker Boinker down there too.
Boink and boink.
Who are those?
No, Oinker Boinker is Oinker Boinker boinks the oinkers. I don't understand.
Alright. The beast
Uh,
man. Got it.
Yoink, boinker boinker.
No, he's responsible for killing the
Those are the
pig.
bugbears.
He's,
Boinker
he's
boinker.
the oinker
He's the
boinker.
butcher.
He's the
Um,
oinker boinker. like-
And
Kills the pigs.
there is there is my cousin Slub is down there. He has pets with him. There are lots of things down there. But we should avoid the camp outside where Ice Shield are.
So how do we get down then?
Can you ask him if Chief Ga does not speak with small creatures, why do the orcs, why is there some kind of alliance with the orcs?
I pass it on to a meeting.
He says, bugbear orcs, goblin, longtime ally of hill giants. They protect us, and we give them money and things. The orc Ice Shield tribe is new member of Grudd Haug. Orc Ice Shield stay outside in camp and protect the livestock. Chief God pays them with shiny things. You get the impression that they're mercenaries.
Would you open? Would your kind be open to further protection? As you have seen, we are capable fighters ourselves.
I suppose, but Hruk, I don't know. That is Chief God's job. I can't say.
That is
Chief
yet
God.
another, speaking to my companions now, that is another piece of information that may come in handy as we talk to the chief.
I agree.
They are not completely unwilling to negotiate with small folk.
Shall we? Let's talk with this lady.
I think we have as much information as we're going to get.
I
Unless
think,
anybody else has any more questions.
Remember us. Stretch those.
I think we should try to focus on the fact that she didn't know we were here when she got fired out. So she might not know that we put the fire on her.
She has no idea.
Yeah. that's a good
Nobody
point.
should have any idea where the fireball came from.
Well, technically,
Well, it came
could
from
have
the
just
window,
tooted
but,
and
that's it.
lit a spark. Friction spark?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Fast gas.
Yeah.
Just be like, yes, we saw that fireball too. How on earth could that have happened?
We're here to investigate on the
Grudd Haug
fireballs.
must be under attack.
Hey, why don't we just say that?
Tell you
We're
what,
here
we
to
can
investigate.
protect you. We can
Yeah,
protect
we are from health
We're
and
here
safety.
to investigate about the fireballs.
Yeah, we're from health and safety. From,
We've seen mysterious fireballs all over the place.
Why don't we try that? I'm really down to try that.
spontaneous
Sure.
combustion.
Sure.
It's
That's the
a
plan.
thing, apparently.
So should we tell Hruk that to introduce us, he can say that we're here to investigate on the fire that was caused? Is that like a good plan?
I don't think that that's going to fly with him.
But it's better than just walking out like, hey, I want to talk to you.
We're burn
No,
masters.
the only way he can bring us down there at all is by pretending that we're his prisoners.
And once we're
I don't think that investigators is going to be more likely to get us there safely.
Oh, I have a suggestion. I have
But
burn
you said the
medicine in my bag.
mercenaries were- You said the mercenaries were having talks with Chuka.
we just need to get in front of her, and we can get in front of her by acting as prisoners. That's all we need to do. Let's get
Okay,
in front
and
of
do
her.
I plan on casting suggestion when we get there?
If it goes south,
Only if it goes south.
Why, can you only use it once?
Well, like it.
No, but it wears
honestly
off.
could
So any
only do it once.
allegiance that we strike would be temporary at best. But if it
Well-
goes south, yes.
Yeah, I can only do it once.
Alright,
Okay,
guys, let's do
so as your rest is coming to an end, how are you guys gonna approach this? Are you gonna go as prisoners? Gonna go in the bag, or
I'm not going
go-
back.
We'll go as prisoners.
okay? So
that was a okay.
Roderick is like, you convey this, you guys formulate this plan. Roderick's knees are just shaking, and you just hear as his knees are just clacking together. He says, "I'm going to come with you.
No.
No,
No,
I'm
you're
going to. I can do this. I'm gonna come with you now. Try to sneak away and find Binny."
You guys,
Don't
you
make us
see your
look like
secret
prisoners.
weapon. Okay,
I
grab him.
Oh wow.
Grab him.
We both grab him.
I grab. While Cinder's growling at him, I say, "You do anything wrong, one wrong move and you're dead."
No,
I was like,
never.
you see Lucius
I'm
was
just
like
scaring
just
him, man.
about-
I want to scare him.
No, yeah, you
into
see
not
Lu-
doing
Roll
stupid shit.
intimidation.
You see Lucius was just about to speak, and then like Luna just blurts that out, and he just like looks at her and like nods, like that's exactly what he was gonna say.
Yeah, roll. Try to intimidate him, Luna.
Oh my goodness.
No, I don't think. I
What do you want me to do?
That.
Make an intimidation check, Luna.
Yo, listen. If we are in like a shit show anyway. I want to make sure that he doesn't do anything intimidating.
He shouldn't even be coming with us. We'll just
If
leave
he does
him here.
anything, we should be
Yeah.
leaving him here. We should
I want
be
him to
leaving
come
him
with
here.
us for the simple reason that up here, if anyone walks in, they're gonna kill him anyways.
Well, that's his problem, not ours.
Well,
Luna,
He makes
as
us
you-
look more like prisoners anyway.
Luna,
Okay.
as you blast these words at him, it like physically knocks him back on his ass. He just falls back. He's like, oh. He like looks at Cinder, who's growling at him. He's like, okay, you can trust me.
Any which way you can help, you should help. If we need you, just step up.
We
Of
are
course.
2 for 2 for losing NPCs.
If you do anything to compromise this mission, I will hunt down Binny myself and personally deal the
oh
final
my
blow.
gosh, Lucius, this is
Okay.
horrible.
No, but think about it, okay?
No.
Right. He is nervous already, and he could crack at any minute, and we're taking him right into the lion's den. Okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're all
we
prisoners
have
anyways.
Yeah,
He's
but
agreed
we're
to be
also
okay.
like
He's
we have to
agreed-
worry about ourselves first, and we don't want him to do anything
How are we
stupid.
gonna find this pig if he's not with us?
Oh, we won't have to.
I'm just making.
What?
I don't care. He's coming
I
with
don't
us
care
anyway, the
about
way
the
I see
damn
it.
pig.
But I want him to not do anything to compromise
with
us. That's
us.
all.
All right.
He's gonna-
Yeah. So you
he's
get the
gonna
impression
cooperate.
that he is adamant of coming with you guys, whether you guys like it or not. He's gonna follow behind you guys unless you stop him.
We could tie him up.
No, let's just go.
All right. So you guys, the hut dissipates as you guys prepare. Hruk looks at you guys and says, "Okay. So, you, my prisoner, I take you to Chiefka. We going to go that way," and points towards the west, towards the kitchen. He says,
Oh wow.
that way there,
Ooh.
no good.
It's not good.
Ice, shield, bugbear, orcs, ogres. They guarding front of Grudd Haug. We'd have to pass in front of camp. It's dangerous. I need you alive. So we
I
go
need me alive too.
other way.
Okay.
So you guys going to go with him and trust his
Yep.
every word?
Yeah.
Nope,
leave me.
but yes,
Leave me
I'll
something,
go.
boy.
All right. He kind of kneels down and puts his arms out like this, like his arms like this. And he says, "Okay, get in." And he's
wanna
looking to
carry
have
us?
you guys stand in between his arms, like so that he can just heft you all up.
Okay, can I
I
do
sit
an
on his
insight check on
shoulder.
him? I'm gonna do an insight check on him.
Okay,
Okay.
make an insight check. Yeah, like you can. He doesn't appear to have any ill intentions of crushing you or throwing you off the edge or whatever. He
Okay.
in his mind he's thinking, you guys are prisoners.
Okay, so
You're
I'll
ex-prisoners.
as I climb, can I ask him if he likes music?
Are you guys all climbing into his arms?
Yes.
I climb
I'm
onto
doing
his
it.
shoulder.
Reluctantly.
All right.
I get out a length of rope. I pretend to tie a loose knot around my hands, and I just give him the end of the rope. And I say, anyone else who wants to walk, feel free
Yeah.
to pretend to tie your hands in.
Yeah, Rogadar, pass that over.
Is he does the giant object to that? Because
He looks at that.
Yeah.
I did
so
not
what?
figure that would be an option.
He looks at you and says, "No, I have to take you. Giant no tie small folk."
How would their
That's the
big
stupidest thing
hands
ever.
even? How'd their big hands even navigate a knot around such small wrists?
Pretty easily, I'm assuming, actually. But so everyone else
You
here
can-
is cool with
you can-
having this
you can
giant
tr-
carry us in there.
You can try to persuade him, Rogadar, if you want.
Okay,
Whatever-
yeah, I'm completely trying to persuade him
Okay,
to do
go
this.
So using logic beyond his comprehension, you try to persuade him as to why this is a more ideal approach.
11.
He looks at the rope, holding the rest of you guys kind of in his arms without standing up yet, and says, "This no good. You can do You dragon thing. I pull you with rope, but rest of you I carry.
I'll take it.
Let's do it.
All right.
So do you like music?
He gathers the rest of you. Luna, he reaches up onto his shoulder, plucks you off his shoulder, stuffs you in with the rest of the guys.
Your face is in his armpit.
Yeah, now you as he picks you up, he stuffs you upside down. So now you're upside down.
Okay, I'm gonna say, stop, you're hurting me. I'd rather be sitting on your shoulder.
He's just holding you guys. He said, no, you be quiet. You can't talk to me when we go to Chief Ga. Pretend, be prisoner. And you're just dangling upside down. Okay. He stands up. Zaya, you pose a question. Do you like music? Hruk says, yeah, I miss music. Moog, she sing to me every night. I miss Moog singing.
Okay, I'll say to him.
That's actually so sad.
No.
I'll reply with.
Giants have hearts, man.
Listen, when we're out of down there, I'll make sure to help Moog sing you the nicest song you've heard.
Tinier one of all others. That would be nice. And he kind of
have a deal.
Yeah, I'm getting some like Stockholm syndrome here.
Listen, giants have hearts, man. I don't know why they're not monsters. They're just people too. They're just misunderstood. Okay, so he gathers you all up, takes the rope from Rogadar. Rogadar's now walking up behind Hruk with this length of rope. You guys, it smells. It's sweaty. There's stuff. There's stuff dripping on you that you have no idea where it's coming from. You're not sure where it's coming from and what it is. There's a stank about him, and it's disgusting. And it doesn't help that you're upside down, Luna. Everything's coming. All your breakfast is coming up. You're feeling it. So he begins.
So glad I'm walking behind right now.
He begins to head west. He begins to head west with large, giant strides as he pulls Rogadar behind him.
I make it look like I'm like a captive. I'm like trying to stumble a bit behind him.
You have no trouble stumbling as you are unable to keep up with him. You are running and you are just you can't keep up with him. Make a dexterity check.
Sweet.
Oh man.
I'm gonna be dragged. This is awesome. Sorry, my thing shrunk on me a lot. Dexterity check. So just straight dex.
An athletics check. You try to keep your foot.
Athletics. That's better. 27.
You anticipate the sudden tug. You kind of leap forward and you just start running behind him, doubling your pace. He's pretty much dashing behind Hruk as he makes a hefty walk towards the west. You guys enter the kitchen that you've seen before. Familiar. He goes around the table, steps over the dead goblins, looks at the goblins, with a look, and kind of looks down at you guys with this understanding that maybe you guys are pretty strong. As you now approach the western, let me get you guys over here. The western area of the kitchen, you enter. Let me grab this here.
How did that goblin not know we were fighting?
They are familiar to a lot of screams and shouts and commotion from the kitchen. So fighting just to them sounds like just another day at the office.
What are all those
meat hooks?
So as you enter what appears to be a larder, these large hooks are protruding from the walls of this room, and the floor, which is stained with pools of blood. Some of it's dry, some of it's still moist, and there's just hungry flies buzzing everywhere. It's clear that this is where carcasses of large and small entities are hung to bleed out, to dry, and there are just a few goblins remaining. They're kind of on alert. As they see Hruk walking by, Hruk says to the goblins, "Look, Hruk saved Grudd Haug. Hruk have bad guys. They Hruk prisoner." The goblins squeak something back in Goblinoid as Hruk begins to persuade.
I speak
Why,
Goblin.
he's rolling checks? Oh, jeez.
I whispered.
I speak Goblin. What did they say?
They said, "Wow, Hruk, you did that? and the other one says, "Hruk's not that strong." And they're kind of iffy on what Hruk's saying to them. Let's see.
I whisper to whoever's beside me, "Are we supposed to play dead, play unconscious?"
Start struggling, pretend you're fighting them.
I just cry. I fake cry.
Hruk says, "Yeah, I take them to see Chief Ga." The goblins are kind of iffy. You kind of get the sense that they're like, what the hell is happening? This isn't normal. But Hruk ignores them and begins to precariously descend down into the depths of Grudd Haug.
We did it, guys. We got past the guards.
Huh? I wouldn't call this guys.
Goblins, we could have.
Nope. Yeah, we could have write those guys easy.
All right. Let me quickly switch maps here.
Can it be upside down with a ready bow? Or almost ready bow?
He's not gonna look like a prisoner if you strung an arrow.
Let me just all right.
Just spat on them as we're walking by.
Okay.
I was tempted to breathe acid on them. That would have been fun.
Just pulled it off as like, oh, sorry, that was.
Sorry, I just burped a bit. Yeah.
Passed some bad tacos.
Oopsies.
All right. Just getting everyone positioned here.
I'm excited.
For those things.
I'm going to just move you guys up
What
to
are
side.
those things?
I do get a Hruk.
So that water current is pretty big, huh?
Yeah, so there's a large.
Ew, they're bloody playing tables.
So I like go turn on my light here real quick because actually.
Listen, guys. If it goes south, we jump in the river. We ride it out of the dam. Escape plan. Got it.
All right.
Okay.
So
Can we all swim?
Hruk
Doesn't matter.
gingerly, or precariously, anyways, descends down this ladder to the depths of Grudd Haug. Careful not to drop. Careful, trying not to drop, you guys. Rogadar, he begins to descend, and he's just holding the rope as now you're being tugged closer and closer to the edge of this ladder.
Yeah, I am going to line it up and jump and land on his shoulder.
Okay, make a acrobatics check as
Perfect.
you dive for that and try to maintain your footing on a slippery.
Natural 1. I'm
Oh,
going
come on.
down, guys.
Well, you leap off, at a good timing. It's not that hard. It's a giant. How hard could it be? You slip
Exactly.
on
I
the
got
oils,
this.
the essence. The ball. You step on you land on a giant pimple, like pus-filled pimple. It explodes. It launches you off his back. Your very well not tied knot around your wrists does not prevent you from doesn't catch as you hopefully would hope to
I don't
swing
have time
across.
to catch the rope with the natural 1, I'm guessing.
Now the natural one.
Did we
Perfect.
see him fall past us?
Yeah,
Like
you guys are
just a
seeing
blur.
as Hruk's going down. You watch as Rogadar pulls a Zaya and just falls to the depths of Grudd Haug.
Yeah,
Alright.
How much damage?
That's really
Lay it on me.
Let me get the damage here.
These at least
Whatever-
just look like prisoners. I just fell down a hole.
Make it look like he pushed you.
Yeah, you just as you hear the heavy armor just crumple below, taking 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, that's not too bad.
You okay down there, Rogadar?
I'm gonna use second wind while I'm down there, and you just hear me groan a bit.
All right.
Got the wind knocked out of him. He needs a second one.
Hruk shushes you. Anakel says, "Shh, you no talk." Upon reaching the bottom of the ladder, you look around, have a quick glance, and you appear to be in what appears. You look into what appears to be a kind of a butcher area. This other large hill giant who just has an apron on, and he's just covered in flesh, in blood, and just guts everywhere. He's got a large meat cleaver, and it's clear that this is where all the pigs are being slaughtered. A river has punched a hole in the northern wall that you can see, and it's creating a stream that runs throughout this room. A crude log bridge spans the waterways, which flows out in a gash in the southern wall and tumbles past the dam, the logs outside. There's flies that buzz around the 3 blood-spattered wooden tables placed about the room. Lying on top the easternmost table that you can see is a carcass of a slaughtered pig.
With the blue ribbon around it.
And to the north, you see a pig squealing as this large hill giant just slams its cleaver right down into it, cuts it in half. Roderick just goes, huh? Oh no! No, that wasn't her. And
I shoot him a look and I whisper, "Quiet."
Roderick just oh, sorry, yeah. And this other hill giant is covered head to toe in blood with his axe. Next to him, he appears to have these 2 large, strange-looking pets that have. Well, let me just give you a little image here. These disgusting-looking creatures, large maws filled with teeth, these large tentacle-like tentacles coming out of its body. They're like just strange, deformed dogs.
I don't see.
Oh, you don't see
Show
that?
the picture. No.
Why didn't it work?
Well, these things, right?
Yeah.
But you can
You guys don't see the.
There it is.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, eyes on it?
Those aren't dogs.
It's just a 4-legged creature that are acting like dogs. One's Slub grabs half of the carcass of the pig he just cut open and hands it to one of the creatures. The other one stands up on the table, just trying to get at some of the scraps. As Hruk descends into the bottom with a thud, they all look towards you. Hruk says, "Slub! Oh, I didn't know you were here today." Slub replies, "Oh yeah, I preparing the pigs for."
Was he Italian?
He's an Italian pizza maker. I'm preparing the pigs. That chief. He says, Did you brought appetizer for Chief Ka? Hruk looks down at his arm and says, "No, these prisoners, they attack Grudd Haug. I bring them to Chief Ka." At which point,
I retie my hands back in the rope.
Yeah, Hruk didn't even notice. The dog-like creatures kind of go towards Hruk. They seem to be familiar with him, and their tentacle-like things are kind of protruding out, trying to grasp for you guys. Hruk says, "I take them," and Slub replies, "Are you sure? I think that the Chief God would like to eat them instead."
No.
And Hruk tries to bluff his way through.
Oh no, guys, we're having a poker contest.
Okay, we can take all 3 of them.
Can I inspire him if I need to? I do, huh?
You can.
You're gonna play a song from his arms.
No, I can say something to inspire him.
Yeah, I mean, you could very well, if you want to inspire your.
I feel like that's okay.
So I'm just looking at something here real quick. Okay. My Roll20 is freaking out. Slub, the butcher, says, "Okay," and just goes back and starts chopping up the pig. Just completely taking Hruk's word for it.
My butt is touching so hard right now.
Hruk walks past these creatures. One of them just kind of grabs his leg, just starts humping it, and he just kicks him away. No, go away. And he walks past Slub and his 2 pets. To the north, you see there's another kind of cavern to the north. It's hard to see beyond his arms as you're bouncing around. Rogadar being pulled behind.
But I can't. I'm upside down. Can't I see better?
You're facing the other way. You're facing south. Rognar, you get pulled across this wooden bridge, and you're just getting splinters.
As we're
It's terrible.
as we're crossing the river, can we see if there's an obvious opening through the southern exit of the river?
Yeah, I mean it's not hard. You do see light protruding through the logs. The water is rushing outwards.
To
It's
where?
staying up.
Here? Is
Yeah,
that what you're talking about? Or
Exit
here?
south.
Yeah, right there.
Okay.
Making a mental note as a fallback plan if we have to dip.
Okay.
And now Hruk enters another area. Let me open this up for you.
If only we had Roll20 Premium for $20.
If only we could see this bugbear over here. Oh,
I
wait,
guess
we
Mike
can.
could run it from my account.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Can trade accounts.
Then I have to set up everything again.
No, you just make me a DM of this account.
Oh, right.
Of this
boy.
campaign.
All right.
Oh my gosh! There's a
Now,
whole bunch of
as Hruk enters what appears to be the domain of pigs,
jelly
you see-
beans.
pigs galore, and oh my goodness, does the smell like shit.
Oh.
It is a large pig pen. The
Pew.
walls are just filthy. They're made of packed mud with just logs jutting out of them to hold up whatever infrastructure Grudd Haug is made of. A river seeps through another gash to the north as well, similar to the room you just came from. The eastern half, or it cuts the eastern half of the room in half, before spilling out a hole to the south as well. Another creaky bridge spans to the east, and smaller rivulets kind of dissipate throughout the room. But they're narrow enough for you guys that you would be able to step over. The ceiling is about 30 feet high, and you can see some timber on the ground where Chief Gull had plummeted from above, and you can look up and you can see the first floor. The timbers that support this area are just caked in mud, and you can see three circular holes in the ceiling from the first floor.
3.
Yep, there's a third one.
Oh, here, down here.
Yeah,
Okay.
to the third, yeah. There are just pigs. They seem to have calmed down, but there are several bugbears moving throughout the pigs, kind of hurting them, trying to keep them calm. And you see towards the bridge a two-headed looking ogre, which is familiar to you. It looks similar to and Ah from the Iron Road. It is an Etten that seems to be talking to itself. One head turns to the other and says, "Oinker, you boinker! Boinker! I oink the boinkers! No! I oink boinker! And they're just having this weird conversation, and then they slam one of the pigs with their axe.
No.
And Roderick is now like scanning quickly, trying to find Binny. He's like, Binny's down here somewhere.
I also look very carefully to find Binny.
But we don't even know what she looks like.
Make
She's
a perception
smaller.
check, or Bane, as you search for Binny.
12.
12? Okay. It's just you can't. It is hundreds and hundreds of pigs. You can't spot her. Not sure what you're looking for. You just know her to be a smaller and possibly a blue collar. And of course the obvious entities you see are 5 hill giants that have kind of set a position around and look to the south. You see Chief Ga rolled up and just sitting in the corner, relaxing. She reaches over, grabs a pig, stuffs it in her face. The cavern does continue on to the north and to the east, from what you can see.
Yeah, the prisoners are down here somewhere.
So what is this, Michael? This line here.
It's a cliff. So that's the edge of cliff. It's about 20 feet high, and it descends to this pathway.
Oh, so
as
we're
Hruk-
above ground.
Yeah, so
Okay.
Hruk walks down this pathway towards one of the hill giants who's standing there. They're all poised and, they're at alerts to protect their chief. Says, Look, I captured these small things. The other hill giant looks and says, What? Who are they? Hruk says, I don't know. I found them snooping upstairs. I think Chief Ga would like to see them. With a question mark.
Oh my god, this is where it
As,
stops.
No.
Oh no.
Hi, how are you doing? Everything's fine here.
Basically, you're pulling a Star Wars here. Hill
These
Giants
are the
being
intruders you're looking for.
Hill Giants being neither charismatic or wise. They're just the other Hill Giant just nods and says, "Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe Chiefka can eat them." Hruk says, "Oh, yeah, maybe." And the Hill Giant steps aside as Hruk now moves to the center.
You need to have
Rock my
one.
boy.
You need to have like an Eton that has the stereotypical Canadian like.
Accent.
Well, how you doing there, bud?
Bob and Doug McKenzie.
Bob and Doug McKenzie.
I was gonna make this. And all right.
And then you wouldn't have to ruin your voice either.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the Hill Giants, man. Let's get some other Giants going. I can change it up. I am seriously losing my voice. All right. Hruk descends into the pig pen. Roderick is just scouting. His eyes are darting. He's looking at the dead pigs. His eyes start to well up. He's just looking around. The sight of Hruk carrying you guys has brought the attention of all the bugbears, all the Hill Giants. They all kind of stand up ready, confused, but at attention. Oinker Boinker stops boinking oinkers and just looks at you and says, "Lyle, what are you bringing into my pen? Are you bringing more boinkers to oink? Oinkers to boink?" And Hruk says, "No, you shut up!" And as he approaches, the two Hill Giants kind of step forward that are guarding Chief Ga. And eye Hruk cautiously, but they're familiar with Hruk. They're friends, of course. And Hruk says, "I bring prisoner to Chief Ga a gift." The Hill Giants look shocked and step aside. And Chief Ga, who's just face first in a bunch of pigs, hasn't really paid attention. It just blood is kind of drooling down her neck.
Ew.
And let
So
me
she's
grab you-
eating this meat raw?
Yeah, she's just stuffing this crap in her mouth. And now I have you guys here.
I'm there in double. Lucius is there in double too.
What the hell?
Which is
You
great.
might have to refresh.
Really?
Yeah, 'cause I don't have
you can-
singles here. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of place
No,
you guys.
it-
I only see one other thing.
On the southern wall.
If you see doubles, just refresh.
It's like no, they're not in the same place though. It's like from when we were climbing or something.
yeah. Oh, disregard. Just go to where you guys are now.
Yeah.
All right. So Hruk kind of doesn't gingerly place you, but just kind of drops you guys at his feet. If you land on a couple pigs that just squeal and scurry off, run away. Chief Ga at the sound of this looks up and says, "What is this?" And her voice just bellows to the cavern. The foundations of Grudd Haug just shake. The ground rumbles, and all the pigs around her just scurry off. The bugbears start to swat them and smack them, try to get them under control. Chief Ga says,
Why the bad music already?
"Hruk, what do you bring before me?" Hruk says, "Chief Ga," and he kneels down and says, "I bring you prisoner. I bring you a gift." And she looks at you guys, kind of sits up as best as she can against the wall. The Hill Giants are, have their clubs. They're just kind of smashing them on their hands, just ready for anything. Hruk steps backwards away from you guys. As now Hruk, the bugbears, Oinker Boinker, they're all kind of going towards you now. They are curious as to what the hell is going on.
I step forward and I'm like, listen, lady, Chief Ga,
I'm ready to like cast suggestion as soon as I
I'm ready.
feel it.
I run over
know
here.
We know where your magical shell is, and we will tell you where it is if you just listen to us.
Gosh, dude.
Oh, what?
No.
No,
This was
it's
not
fine.
the plan.
It's fine.
This was not the
We
plan.
just
We're
need an
using
audience.
leverage. She
We just
has to
need
keep us all alive.
All right, we're gonna hold that thought real quick because I need to go to the bathroom. I drank a lot because I keep my. It's getting too intense. Be right back.
Oh,
Anakin, what?
No,
That was not a plan.
he's ad-libbing.
The plan is to get her
I
to
know.
listen to us, and then we can go through all the points.
Well, we're not
She's
gonna tell her where
He's
it
gonna
is.
kill us all now.
No, I don't think so.
She wants to know where her
You're using leverage.
Didn't
We
know
have
it was
something of
gone
hers that
until
she
you said
wants.
that.
No, but we're using something that she has as leverage to get her to listen.
Yeah, we got this, guys. We got this. Yeah, let's do this.
No, I think that's a good idea.
We are all gonna die.
Oh, good.
Anyways, I'm ready to cast my thing, man.
Okay, wait, what was the plan again?
I'm ready to shoot.
We want to talk about the
ordering.
Ordening.
Yeah, we're gonna change the
We need to
topic.
So did
figure out
Michael-
as much about the Ordening as we
Did
can.
Michael tell us what these are? Are they tables?
I think they're like where the
They're
pigs are
troughs,
eating.
so they
They're
made them.
troughs, yeah.
Okay,
Sorry,
okay.
I'm back. All right, so Anakel, you pose a question, or you pose a statement that you know.
Just
that
want to talk.
Chief Ga sits up at the sound of the word "the shell." You see them. You see all the giants. Everyone kind of step forward a bit, like kind of, almost provoked. Chief Ga puts her hands up and says, "Where is my shell?"
I whisper to everybody, get ready to run for the river if this goes down. Well, first we want to ask you some questions, and then we'll tell you where it is.
She takes an oinker, a pig, and just smashes it on the wall behind her. The wall behind her cracks. Just.
Okay,
Where is my shell?
can I
I
do a
shall go
perception
into-
check while he's talking to look for the blue color?
Yeah, go ahead.
But get ready
I'm
to
ready,
run
my
some
bow.
tension.
I'm ready.
Luna, you're looking threatening to these giants?
No, I'm not. No, I'm behind the trough. I'm readying it underneath, on my side.
Okay, you've got an arrow notched carefully, just not to provoke
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
Zaya,
I'm casually leaning on my glaive.
yeah, just
Casual.
as you're tied up.
Just like,
Zaya, Zaya, you have quick look around. You hear a little bell. Catches your ear. You look. You dart your gaze to the southeast, kind of over on this side, and you swear you saw a blue color kind of just whisk behind you. It's a large crowd of pigs.
I
and
bet
you
you it's
spotted
this
one
little
as it
one
kind of
over
moves.
here.
But there's a lot of movement, and you saw something kind of dart that way. You lost sight of it, but it was a start. Anakel?
We want to help you resolve the Ordening. Will you just listen to us?
We want to help them get a higher status.
We
in the-
want to help you get a higher status in the eyes of the All-Father.
Tell her our name. Tell her our name.
We are Torque. We are the Ordening Restoration Committee or Council, depending who you ask.
She's just like the frown that she makes just causes her fat to just sag like an old
Ew.
lady's breast. She's just like,
Oh, no, come
and
on.
how will you do that?
Dogs.
Now is the
Well-
time. Convince her that big is not better.
We understand that you're trying to get bigger to become better, but big is not better. We are small folk. We are five.
Give her another example. Don't give us don't give
I don't
our
think I agree with this philosophy.
Small folk have built huge cities and won
We
major
convinced
wars,
Hruk.
and we are just a few small folk, and we managed to wipe out a ton of giants upstairs. We're not big. We don't need to be big to be strong. You don't need to be big to be strong.
Kill my giants upstairs?
No,
The
no, we
giants
didn't
are
kill
all
them.
alive. We know
They're alive. We just knocked them out,
What
but
would
we
you
were
do?
able to do
Well-
it even though we are small.
But don't say anything.
The hill giants have always.
Oh, she
Oh, you cut out.
Sorry, say it again.
We read her lips.
Hello?
Yeah.
The hill giants have always what?
The hill giants have always been the. I'm going to lose my mind. The hill giants will have always been the small ones?
That worked.
But you can
Maybe
be
it's just
big
because you're-
in numbers.
That is
There's
not
a lot of you.
That is not what keeps you low in the Ordening.
That's not what keeps you low in the Ordening.
It is unwise decisions like banishing all
You
of the
shouldn't be
wives.
making bad decisions. Getting rid of all your wives, that is what's keeping you low in the Ordening. The Ordening wants you to be smart. They want you to be a big, thriving species of giants. You need to bring back the wives.
You need
You
an
need to
army to be
stop-
strong.
You need to stop
Repopulate.
eating. You need an army. You need to repopulate. You need all these things to become
You need to be
a
mobile.
big.
She says,
Big in your head, not big in your body.
Yeah.
Or down.
You speak like you know these giants. Hill giants. We only have our size. The stone, they have their sculptures. And the frost in their longboats. The fire with their iron. And the clouds with their artwork. The storm rule us for centuries and have kept us at the bottom. We have nothing but size.
The Ordening,
So
the
you
Ordening is
love to,
Have
broken.
pigs.
so you love to eat, right?
Bacon.
But
Yes.
you can develop, you can become like the icon
Culinary
of food on
experts.
Earth. Like if you guys become like great cooks and you develop like new foods and new meals and you make that known around the world, this is using your head. And then that way it will make you climb in the Ordening because you'll be creating something for the other species.
The Ordening is broken. This is
You
your
could even start a restaurant chain.
This is your opportunity to claim something for yourselves. Something new. Size will
Dark
not
Fellow
gain
here
you
speaks
anything.
Truth.
We're here to help you
Well,
find
I'm assuming that
something.
you're relaying what I'm saying.
Alright, I
Anything,
speak truth.
anything that Lucius says, I'll presume that they hear through the other guys. She says, "So, you think we can gain a spot above the stone?"
I think you can if you use your heads and if you feed others than yourself.
Think about it. The stone giants have their boats, and the fire giants have their iron, and the cloud giants have their art. It's because they use their heads to
Yo.
do something creative. They did something they got good at. They just didn't kill people or get big. They took
Yo,
what was around
what is
them.
that
and they-
phrase that you use like food to get like stomach is the weight of man's heart? A giant's heart. Use it, use it.
The stomach is the way to the All-Father's heart. You impress him with food and culinary expertise, you will climb the Ordening. I stake my life on it.
Stop. Too much, too much.
She says, "So, you think we would be more successful if we increased our numbers, not our size? And
Yes.
if we made food?"
Yes, you need to bring
took
your
shower.
wives back so you can become stronger in numbers, and then you need to learn how to farm and how
Trade.
to
If you
trade
cannot,
and make food.
if you cannot
And
even reproduce, you will be wiped from the face of the earth.
Because you like to eat so much, I believe that creating a trade of food with other species will make you more part of the civilized.
Yes, that too. You need to learn to cooperate with other species and provide food for each other and trade. And if you don't grow as a species, you are going to be wiped out. You need your wives back. I mean, look at Hruk here, man. This guy hasn't gotten some in like 3 months.
There is strength in community.
Roderick, you just hear Roderick say, "What the fuck is going on?" At all these proposals, you guys are kind of throwing these ideas at Chief Ga. You see her body kind of lax just a tiny bit, and she begins to ponder what you have said. First, I'm gonna need some deception rolls, as you lied to her about the guys upstairs.
Wait, but we did.
We didn't lie.
You told her that you killed the hill giants upstairs.
No,
and then you
we
got
said
the other
they were
one
knocked
said,
out.
"Oh, no, they're alive. They're alive."
I
we
didn't
knocked
see
them out.
Rogadar kill
No.
that one guy.
No,
We
we
knocked
said
So
them
they were
out.
knocked out.
I think there was one, like, Rogadar killed one, but
I didn't see that one.
we kept all the other ones knocked out.
Yeah.
I didn't see the dead one.
Yeah, there was only one giant that got killed.
All right.
He
Here-
misspoke.
Okay.
Misspoke.
All right.
I was correcting
Dungeon
him.
Master.
I wasn't
What I-
changing the story.
What I need here, then, in addition to deception, mindset deception, I mean, I'm gonna need. It's gonna be a group persuasion check.
Oh,
You
fuck.
guys,
guys,
are,
you
those
do
of you that
inspiration.
have, those of you that have participated in trying to convince her, I want you guys to roll persuasion.
Oh.
Use your inspiration if you guys have it. You should all have one.
2? I don't know. I didn't say much to her. Or any. Okay, well.
Yeah, you have one, Luna.
No, Wolverbane's computer froze.
Ah, damn it.
No, he's there.
Make his roll. Make his roll for him.
Okay,
Well,
let me go.
he didn't say anything for
Yeah,
the conversation,
Wolverine.
so
Did not
Oh,
participate.
okay. All right.
All right, let me get a grand total here.
Wait.
of,
Did you use your inspiration, Luna?
Yeah,
Does it count as
Yeah, I did.
advantage? You roll again, right?
I do.
yeah, it's the advantage. So I'll roll it again.
11.
Yeah.
All right, let me get some. Let me just.
Wait,
I thought you
Anakel, are
used,
you
like-
using your advantage?
So I
I
thought
already
when you
used
use
mine
advantage, I
upstairs.
get the top number. No.
Yeah.
oh, you
but-
used yours. I'm not using mine.
Yeah, but Luna, in this case, because
I mean-
you're deciding to use it, it would be a reroll because it'd be too much meta knowing what you like, being like, oh, I got a natural 20, I'm going to use it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right, so let me do some quick calculations here. Is everyone numbers in there?
Are you sure?
Is it everyone or just the people that participated?
Those that have participated in trying to convince Chief Ka. So everyone except Wolverine and Rogadar and Roderick.
I think I would end up wasting my inspiration
Maybe,
if I rerolled it.
Is this going to be the final number we're going with, guys?
Okay.
I am not the weak link here.
Inspire?
I
I'm the
believe in
weakness.
us. I
How
can
do I
shoot
take an
things.
advantage on this?
Can
I can
inspire
shoot lots
someone?
of things.
Yeah, Zaya, you can throw an inspiration in there if you want.
Okay, I'm gonna.
And you know,
gonna
it
punt-
was really good. It was really good roleplay. I think I'll give Anakel the advantage on that.
Yes!
I'm typing my way in.
So
Anakel.
it was really good. Okay, so Zaya, you quickly toot a little tune. Who are you inspiring?
Anakel,
All right,
because that's what I
Anakel,
said
you
before. I
your-
said that.
make your roll.
1d10?
No, you want your
The
advantage,
8.
right?
Oh, we're gonna re-roll it. Okay, sorry.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's
Okay, I'll re-roll it. Yes!
better.
Yes.
We're doing it, guys.
-4.
Plus a D8.
18.
Plus
Bruh.
roll it 1d8. 7.
Woo.
So 25.
Wow. All right. So it was
Give me
a
a
target.
mic,
It's a
I'm
target.
gonna
It's a
drop
target
it.
DC. It's the sum of your persuasions. All right, we're gonna have just this one over bane. Chief Ka looks at you.
That's 51 persuasion total.
I feel we should wait for Wolverine.
That's
I don't know.
barely
Should I wait for him?
No, that's so horrible.
What?
It's like those reality shows. Commercial break.
Sorry, just one sec. Crap. I just need to do our quick calculation here. My phone is screwing up here. All right, let me just calculate this again. All right. So Chief Ka just begins to sit there. She sits there in silence for what appears to be almost 5 minutes. Almost, it's pushing 10 minutes. She's just sitting there thinking. You see her mouth moving a bit as she mutters to herself. It sounds like she's maybe considering some words, some thoughts, some options. The hill giants around you are completely silent. The only things you guys can hear are the pigs rustling and oinking that just fill this chamber and the rushing water. On occasion, Oinker Boinker smacks an Oinker, but doesn't say anything. His eye is not moving from Chief Ka as he just watches her. Roderick is like having a panic attack. You just hear him go, not knowing what's going on. Chief Ka looks at the rest of you guys and says, I will Consider it. What you say to me kinda makes sense.
Right?
Shut up, little one. And she kind of points to the hill giant up on the cliff and over on the bridge and says, "You and you, spread the word. Bring back the females."
Yes.
Just walk out without even questioning. Hruk kind of looks up, his face with his look of relief almost.
Which Hruk is he? This one here?
The one with the little
The one marked with blue.
Okay.
Chief Ga rolls kind of forward and says, "Now, your end of the deal. Where is my shell?"
We must secure a safe exit before we hand it over.
And we don't. I never said we had it. The last we saw it. Should I lie?
No, don't do it.
We have
No,
to
okay.
before you give her any
No.
information. We must secure a safe exit.
We want to be safe. We want to ensure that you're gonna let us go. Listen, Chief Ga, you need
No,
to
wait,
make good
stop.
relations. You need to make good relations with the people around here. That means you have to let us go safely. You need to release your prisoners and stop eating people if you're gonna work on your colony experience. If you can guarantee us this, we will give you the shell. I look over to Zaya. I have no intention. I have no idea what she's intending, but we'll tell you where
We
the
should
shell
tell
is.
her to have what's his name escort us out after we get that pig, and then tell her we will hand it over to him.
Since when did you turn to a black ratchet woman? Come on, tell. Sorry.
We will tell you where it is, but you have to let the prisoners stop killing people.
Because you guys rolled pretty well on your over the DC. She says, "Ugh, I'm tired of eating the pink winkers, but fine. They're not a lot left anyway." She points
keep the
upwards.
pigs.
She
You just
points,
want
to
the
the,
ones
she points to the north and says, "There. They're the rest of prisoners. Get them out of Grudd Haug. They make this place stink."
Okay, can I try to find a pig as we're walking away?
Yeah.
Well, before we walk away, I want to go to Anakel and say, do you think that we could get any more information about the ordering from her before we leave?
Nope.
Sure.
Let's move.
Perhaps under the guise of helping them
We're the
better,
committee, right?
helping them better their status. The more we know, the more we can help.
All right. Before that, Zaya, you peel off, clearly looking for the pig. The hill giants and the bugbears, they watch you cautiously and.
Okay,
It's
I'm not.
fierce
I thought we were all walking towards the prisoners.
No, I'll come with you.
Sorry, are you going to the prisoners or the pigs, Zaya?
Isn't it like in the same direction?
Prisoners are to the north, the pigs to the southeast.
I'll come with you.
Anakel, can you relay what I'm about to say?
Sure. But I look to Wolverbane and Rogadar, like, you two, go grab the prisoners from the north. Make sure they're safe.
Sure.
Alright.
Okay.
All right. First off,
I will do
Zaya,
this
you-
thing without
you
knowing
pe-
why, but yes.
Wes, I killed 5 people.
We managed to convince Chief Ga to not only bring the wives back, but also release her prisoners and let us go
Oh, wow.
And to start a
In the name of
culinary
starting a
institute of
culinary-
sorts.
with a lot of fancy word work.
They're going to start focusing on culinary and trading
I missed so much.
to restore their ordering.
Yeah, it's very good.
This is why we
Okay,
have a YouTube channel.
Hey.
Catch us
good
every
job.
night.
Wolverbane was just staring off into space, like drooling.
Smelling the armpits.
All right. So while you guys are you guys are kind of conversing with Chief Ga for some more details, Luna, Cinder, Zaya peel off towards Zaya where Zaya had saw the blue collar. Roderick just immediately follows you guys because you guys are clearly looking for pigs. He follows. He's like, "Did you see Benny?"
I think I
I
did.
will look very hard for Benny.
All right. You guys are kind of peeling these pigs off into a corner. You guys rummage through a few minutes. It doesn't take long before Zaya, you spot a tiny pig. It's not quite a run. It's like a little tiny thing. It's cute, very cute. It's full of mud though.
Is it
and
small enough for me to carry it?
No, you can barely carry the conch shell.
Oh.
Don't push your luck. As you do see it, and Hruk runs up and just grabs her and says, "Oh, Biddy! Thank you so much. Thank you so much." And immediately, Biddy kind of attaches himself. You know, she sees Roderick and just follows him around.
Okay, great. Okay, let's regroup.
All right, so you guys regroup. What are you guys doing before heading to the prison? Or
Get the prisoners?
Roger, are you heading to the prisoners? Correct.
Yeah, I'm heading to the prisoners.
I think I'm supposed to be following him.
Okay.
I'm following behind with Roderick and Benny.
Well, I think that was happening. In
Well,
sequence.
yeah,
You guys
same
were going-
time.
You guys were going.
DM,
Yes.
is this water clean?
It comes out clean, and then it's pretty disgusting as it flows to the room. The mud and the poop and everything kind of just sifting into the water.
Okay,
Definitely
so I
not
go get
clean.
over
Sorry,
here
Luna,
and I wash up.
You're at the
What?
You're at the pigs while the Rogadar and Wolverine were going to the prisoners.
Okay, I'm just gonna regroup.
Yeah,
with
but we're
Danica
down
afterwards
in the
then.
pigs.
It's
Just simultaneous. So
happening
you guys
Well,
are
like
still,
this is all happening at once, right?
yeah. Okay, so you guys at the pigs. Rogadar's heading north towards the. Rogadar and Wolverine are heading towards the prison pen while you guys are looking for the pig. Rogadar and Wolverine will go to you guys next. As you guys head north, you approach, this other entrance here. You guys up here. Looking inside, you see a few cages that are containing various humanoid individuals. Bugbears are there, kind of guarding the prisoners. What do you do?
So bugbear is interesting.
There's a
So-
human that's outside of a cage right now.
Disregard that one. Mistake.
Oh.
I turn to Wolverine. Oh right, Chief God. Never mind. I just remembered the name. I walk in there. See if the bugbears notice me.
Oh, they notice you. They've heard the commotion from beyond. It's Chief God's voice just bellows through the caverns.
Cool. Chief God has ordered the release of the prisoners. We are escorting them out of here.
One bugbear steps forward and just, this is stupid. The other one smacks the one that said that and says, shut up. Chief God commands it. He sighs, rolls his eyes, pulls off a necklace that contains a ton of large iron keys and just throws it at you. Not like throws it short so it lands on the ground, gets all.
Okay. I go pick up the keys
All right.
and I start unlocking cages.
Okay.
I watch the bugbears.
All right. You watch them.
Flex it.
Which
Flex it, man.
cage are you going to first, Rogadar?
Well, I'd start over here, and I'd go clockwise around the room.
Okay, so as you go to these cages, these humans kind of press themselves up against the cage bars. It looks to be a family, husband and wife, and three children, 2 young boys, about a teenager and a preteen, and a young girl, a little girl, about 8 years old. They're wide-eyed. They look muddy. They look terrified at the sight of a dragonborn walking towards them, but also severely or highly relieved. They breathe a sigh of relief, and the father says, "Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. We were next." As
That's
you
okay, you're gonna be fine. Once I have this door open and I find the right key, just go and stand with the big guy over there. His name's Wolverine. And I find the key.
Yeah, you find the key, pry open the just large iron lock, pop it off, and the doors swing open. And this family, now reunited, assemble together and group hug, and they start to, cry, and they're just so relieved to be able to be with one another again. And Wolverine, you're on mute.
Now, do I say what I said?
Yeah.
I said a group hug and Grudd Haug.
Okay, you know what? Go back on mute. It was better that way.
That's a good episode title.
It was
Change
Hruk Haug and Grudd Haug. I like it. They gather together, and the father says, "Oh, children, so glad you're safe." And he like kisses his wife, and they just have this kind of family reunion.
I tap the father on the shoulder and say, "You may want to go to the door slowly."
He says, "Come, Griffith, Morgan, come on, let's go." And he points to his wife, "Win, grab Teleri, let's go." And they head towards Wolverbane. And so you head to the next. You head to the next one. In this cage appears to be a very barbaric-looking individual. He almost kind of looks to be similar to the barbarians they attacked you on the Forlorn Hills, except he doesn't have the same decor on his body. It doesn't have that same blue paw print on him. The ink that wears on these individuals.
I was gonna say she looked like that. Kinda looks like she belongs on like, what is that show? Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Instead, you notice that he's wearing antlers in his hair, and these antlers appear to be of an elk, adorn a lot of his clothing as well. He just looks at you. He stands right in the middle of the cage, just staring at you, looking up and down, sizing your body.
How's it going? As I start unlocking the cage.
How you doing?
He
My name's Rogi.
he says something back to you in a language you're not familiar with. Grumgunga. And you open the cage.
Nope, don't know what that means. Go stand with other people over there.
As soon as the door opens, he just struts right to you, right up against you, just staring right in your face. And he's about your height, massive and just heavily built like Wolverine. He takes his hands to your face.
Aww.
Takes it to his mouth and just chomps down on his palm. The blood just starts to seep around his hand, and he thrusts it out like this to you.
Blood brothers.
I take my hand and I match it, as I guess what to do.
Yeah, and the blood just smears between your two hands. As he peels away, it's sticky, it's warm, and your hand's full of your gauntlet is full of blood. And he says, "Uganda," and just starts strutting past. He just pushes past you, and just walks. He just walks.
Okay.
Past Wolverine.
Once his back is turned to me, I wipe my hand on the cage, and I go to the next one.
And
Moving on.
You watch as this guy just walks out. The entities of Grudd Haug don't really pay too much mind to him, as they understand Chief Guz's orders. You head to the next one, and you see a male-looking. He's an elf. He has similar garb to what Ninalor was wearing and Kuvat. He appears to be one of the scouting parties that had left Golden Fields. He has the crest of Golden Fields upon one of his on his cloak. He says, "Hey, friend! About damn time someone said a rescue party. What the hell took you so long?"
Hags, trolls, giants, the usual.
The usual. I don't call us usual times, friend. But say, get me out of this damn place.
Just let me find the key. And I look for the key again.
Yeah, process elimination. This time it gets a little faster. Pop the key, pop the cage open. He stretches, walks out. He looks at the bugbear, who's just staring at him. Just, look at this loser. And he looks back to the bugbear and says, "You and I, we aren't done, friend. Remember this name. Remember Galvin Dragonmore. Well, I'm coming for you." The bugbear just spits on the side. "Shut up, elf."
Yeah, elf, don't anger them.
Oh, that's my job here. I've been angering them since I've been here.
Okay, go ahead.
I would consider myself to be the class clown of the prison area. Keeping the spirit light. What can I call you, friends?
I'm Rogadar. We're gonna go and meet up with Wolverbane over on the other side of that pillar.
Sounds good. The name is Galvin Dragonmore. Scout. 3rd Company, Golden Fields. My party was attacked. scouting north of Golden Fields. I'm the only one that's left. But I'll gladly take your escort out of here. I've had enough of Grudd Haug. And he heads on over to the rest of the guys. All right, so as that's transpiring, Anakel, Lucius, you are continuing your conversation with Chief Ka.
Sorry, what did you want me to ask her? I feel like a lot of time has passed, but
I know.
was
I
only 2
totally
seconds.
I had a speech prepared, and it's been so long that I've actually forgotten what it was I wanted to say. But anyways,
We want to know more about the Ordening.
we have
Right,
taken it
right.
upon ourselves. We won't take up much more of your time, Chief Ka, but we have taken it upon ourselves to learn about and to help the giants with the restoration of the Ordening, and we are just wondering if you know why the Allfather decided to break it.
She sighs. She looks a little perplexed. She says, "This has never happened before." She looks at the other giants. This look of confusion and just this lost expression overtakes her face, and she says, "We know not why the great All-Father has taken this from us. We try to speak to him, to ask and learn what we can do. He is silent to us. He does not speak. Perhaps..." She just kind of shakes her head no, like unsure.
Ask him if the Allfather talks to her.
You are with us?
No, I'm asking him through. Oh shit! Never mind.
Where do you happen to know where the Allfather resides?
She kind of looks at you. The Allfather resides not of this world, but watches. We, in the old days of Astoria, the ancient lands, long before this filthy lands are been populated by you small folk, we used to, or so they say, speak to the Father through his oracle. It has not been done thousands of years, so we rely on speaking to him from here, but he does not reply. We don't know what to do, so we do our best to impress the Allfather that our position in the Ordening raised.
So I suppose that all of the giants are now scrambling to make their mark and get as high as they can, should the Ordening be restored.
Exactly. Now you understand our plight. We have no time to waste. We are at the bottom. We have to be better than the stone, at least. We have failed our one opportunity to be better.
Are giants not capable of moving within the Ordening when it is established?
No. The storm giants have ruled the lesser giants since the age of Astoria. We do not move within our social structure. We are placed in it, and we know our place. If we dare try to move from it, the Allfather would strike us down through the strength of the storm. But without the Ordening in place, we are free to do our best to be better.
So would you say that you're happy then that the Ordening has been dropped?
Of course. Never has an opportunity arisen. The hill giants better than their cousins.
Well, that's heavy. I mean, that was heavy what you said, not you.
I am heavy. I need to be heavy. I'm also getting lightheaded from all this talking.
Well, I bow to her. And thank you, Chief Goff, for all your time. You've been very helpful. And we hope to help you find your place in the Ordening. above the stone giants, at least.
We're gonna be making
So
promises.
So then you are confident. You are confident then that the Allfather will restore the Ordening one day. Your hope is to rise within the ranks of the Ordening.
We know not the intentions of the Allfather, or if he intends to but if he does, I want to be sure we are higher. But we have no idea.
All right, boys.
Very well. We thank you for your.
I
Thank you for
need
your
my
time.
shell.
Yeah, let's just get everyone together. Everyone.
All right, at this point,
Everyone-
Zaya and her group return to Anikel, as well as Rogadar, Horvain, and their group, who also has a
And
large
Guy who's
army.
massive now.
Well, that's the little ramp up at the top of the map there.
Yes.
I'm gonna stick with the group of people up there because we're gonna have to go up the ramp anyway.
Okay, sounds good.
I turn to Zaya and I just kind of give her that look like, what are you gonna do?
We'll see. Should we make our way out?
She's asking for the shell.
Well, tell her.
We told her that we were
Regardless,
gonna tell her
regardless,
when we leave.
we cannot risk giving her the shell right here. We've not yet been able to leave in safety. If they let us get as far as the ladder, we can make a deal there.
Chiefka, let us make sure the citizens who are unable to defend themselves get out here safely. We will stay behind and tell you where the shell is, but we need to have a guarantee.
You have my word as the chief. My people will not harm you.
Your people's relationship with our people is such that we have a hard time trusting you.
They would not dare go against me. Going
I
against
feel-
me goes against the Allfather himself.
I feel like we sort of struck a chord today in terms of giant and small folk relations. The giants can start trading and all that stuff. If they attack us now, it's just going to ruin any chance of that happening.
Exactly. Trust
We
goes
feel- we
both
feel
ways.
each other. I
Okay.
like this lady.
Very well. Zaya?
Well, I really don't feel like just leaving it behind.
Okay.
Can we tell her
What
we'll
you
go
do-
get
You
it?
do is up to you. That's for the fun of D&D.
Can we tell her we'll go get it? We'll just go and find it back.
No, listen. If we leave with this thing, they're gonna keep coming for us.
You can do whatever you want. I said Zaya and then look towards you. Now it's your opportunity to speak or
Sorry,
Okay,
just
so-
DM, sorry, just 1 sec. Zaya, do you speak Giants? I can't remember.
I do.
Zaya
Okay, so
does,
you
yeah.
you say that to Chief God that you're gonna go get it.
Yeah, I'll say to Chifka, like, listen, I saw who took it, so I can go after them with Torque to find it for you.
All right, make a persuasion or deception because it's true either way, whichever is higher for you. You did see who took it yourself, and you were also trying to lie to her. So whichever you prefer.
It's the same.
Okay, well, then roll
Shit.
with them.
Okay.
This is
Wow.
That's why I'm
Oh man,
here.
you literally just put the balance of all we've worked today on the line of one roll.
It's
Oh,
the
because
best.
you're a
That
hoarder.
failed. All
This
because
is
you're
what I do,
all because
man.
you-
I don't like
This is
Zaya.
all I
all
do.
because you wanted the wealth. and
Zaya
you
has
could've
been the
just
wild card this entire like segment of the campaign.
You could've just
Chief
moved
God
everything.
says. Chief God says, "Thank you, little one. That shell is very important to us.
So what does it do?
That is not for you to know.
But like
You
is
cannot
it
even
dangerous?
use it if you wanted to.
Is it
Whoever has
dangerous? Like if I find it, is it dangerous for me to hold, or is someone gonna use it against us?
No, it is not dangerous. Does
So it's not gonna
harm.
put us at any risk?
If you. No.
It would help us to retrieve
How?
it if we knew how it worked.
No one can use
I'm
it
face
but
palming
me,
so hard.
for I only know the word.
Oh,
We don't need it.
Okay.
We did such a good thing right now. We have such a good thing going. Let's just give it back to them.
yeah. Don't know that, Aniko.
If-
I'm not giving it back.
Oh my gosh, she's
They're going to go on a rampage
gonna
when they
be our
find things
undoing,
stolen.
child.
They're going to kill more people in retaliation.
She's looking
We
at
have
all of you guys, discussing in front of her the fact that she has it. It's
I
great.
think common.
It's
common.
she speaks common very brokenly, so she's picking up words here and there, hasn't clued in quite yet, but the continual conversation of back and forth between the guys that you guys
All right,
discussing.
guys. Ladder. Let's go.
It's gonna
We'll talk
say
about this later.
So Zaya, what would you like to do? She
I'll go
says
find
again,
the shell.
all right, bring it back.
So when I bring it back, like, do I just drop it in front of the gate? Like, am I gonna be safe? Are we gonna be safe to like give it back to you?
Yes, bring it back to Grudd Haug. My giants and my men will not hurt you,
That's
Or
like
anybody
a promise.
or anyone in your party.
Okay, sounds good.
in the surrounding area. Relations. We're friends all now. Remember that.
If they pose a threat, coming with their arms bared, then we will defend ourselves.
But if not,
my arms
then-
are always bared.
Shut up.
Okay,
I don't speak
Okay.
giants that.
Okay, can we please just leave?
we'll do that.
I'm
So,
studying so hard.
I
right
guess this is not goodbye. We'll see you again, Chivka.
If it has to be, then so be it. Just bring me back my damn shell.
I promise we will.
All right.
now. We head to the ladder. We climb up.
Gosh.
We'll continue. This
All right,
conversation
so-
together.
Your party, followed by Roderick Hilltopple and his pig, and a family of 5, and a ranger-dressed scout from Golden Fields. All of you leave, and it is quite the group of people. And success.
Exodus.
Nice.
It is an exodus away from Grudd Haug. Alright, just grabbing some tokens here. Sorry, one sec. Wow, there's quite a bit of you.
This is like the 3rd or 4th session we've had in Grudd Haug.
Yeah,
Uh,
4th.
4th? Wow, we've been here a while.
Hruk follows you guys to the top. You guys are exiting, I'm presuming, Grudd Haug?
Well, I mean, we got to do something about this. We have to know what we're doing with this shell. Like, we
We're
can't.
going to find it.
We can't walk away with this shell. They can't know that we stole it and then return it.
They don't know.
Whoa,
we don't
Well,
return it, they're
she's
gonna-
gonna
Where would
expect
it-
you to
where would
bring
it
it back.
go? where would
We
it
already
go
told her-
when we
right.
were the only ones that are in this place?
We
They don't
told
know
her
that.
we knew where it was. We told
They don't know
her
there was
we
no
knew-
more people.
We told her we knew where it was.
Whatever. Yeah,
She's gonna send people after us.
it's all
gonna
good, man.
All
It's all
right.
good.
Why do you need this shell?
We
What is
need
it
to
about
try
red
it.
Order.
We don't need to try anything.
There's-
You're not
there's
going to
an
be
easy
able.
solution
You're
to
not
that.
going to be able to use it.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
you
don't know
already
that.
know there's a component missing, and you're not that component.
No, but we can figure it out.
I walk up to Zaya and I grab the bag of holding.
Is there a strength check going on here?
No, there's gonna be a check though.
Yeah, so it's a dex versus dex.
You can do.
Sleight of hand versus, I guess,
Okay.
dex. What would
I
you,
I assist Wolverine.
What? Huh?
Lucius, what would you presume for a roll?
Generally, for contests, you can compare either athletics or acrobatics, whichever
like
is
a dex,
higher.
acrobatics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, just do dex acrobatics between the two of you.
I can't choose my athletics? Or
No, I mean,
athletics?
Like that's kind of.
It's speed. You're
It's
trying
my
to grab.
athletics versus her acrobatics. She's gonna try and dodge. but
Sorry.
I'm gonna try.
Acrobatics versus acrobatics. Dex versus dex. Because you're trying to like quickly grab it. Speed.
Well, it'd be like a grapple almost, right? Because
that's
Owen's just
true.
trying to grab her.
Do I get
basically.
advantage because it's surprised she's not?
Yeah,
all
like
right.
that's the
Strength
thing.
or dex, whatever one you want.
Yeah,
against
no,
each
like
other.
generally that is how you would treat it, right? Like a grapple. And
Yeah,
the thing
like
about a
a grapple,
grapple is you can
Yeah,
like each person in the contest can choose either
you can choose.
athletics or acrobatics.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, make your rolls.
Are you raging, Wolverine? No, no.
Zaya's too fast, though.
Zaya she sees it coming, dodges out of the way, and maintains a healthy distance from you.
And I'll say, "Fuck you, Wolverine! Don't try this again on me, ever." And
I'm waiting.
And
I'll turn around. I'll go back to Chivka.
She's gonna try something. Cast suggestion on
all right,
me.
so at that halfway through this hallway, Slub is just staring at you guys with pigs in his hands. Just what the hell is going on?
Zaya, what the hell are you doing?
You head back, Zaya.
You guys are not working in team with me. So
Is that how
not
you
helping it.
Everybody on the
feeling
team wants to do
something
one thing, and
that
you
we
do
can't
not.
use.
Then
we're
you're
just
the
walking
person not
away.
cooperating.
Don't try
Alright.
to steal from you, and we're walking away.
All right, Zaya, you head back towards Chiefka. What do you do?
We're heading back towards Chiefka.
No,
He
no.
He is.
He
I,
is.
I keep walking
I'm not
towards
going.
the
Yeah,
ladder.
we gotta get these people out of here, and we're
Yeah.
leaving with them.
So the rest of you guys head towards the ladder. Zaya, you head back towards Chiefka.
Yeah,
All right, so you
I head back
Chiefka.
towards Chivka. And I just need to be creative about this. And this is really hard. Okay. Okay, I'll say, hey, I'm like, Chivka, sorry, we left kind of fast, but I'm a bard, and performance is what I do for a living. And I was wondering if you wanted me to play a song for you before we leave.
She looks at you and says, "I suppose."
Okay. Can I
I'm
do like
not
a
going
history check?
anywhere. Sorry?
Can I do before we leave? Before I leave? Can I
you
do
go
like a history check to know what kind of music they like?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's obviously like they're more brutish. They like more heavier like drums and drum rhythms versus melody. More kind of like a war style tribal
Okay.
song.
So I won't use my panpipes or anything, but I'll do like a tumbling kind of song,
Okay.
okay? To try to make them feel like in a trusty mood towards me.
Okay. Make a performance check as you're accompanied by the sounds of oinkers all around you. Okay. As you tumble around and pound drums and make some crazy war cries with your voice, Chiefka looks like she quite enjoyed that. She leans back, grabs a pig, chows on it as she's watching. The other hill giants, everyone has kind of backed away, giving you space. After your performance is done, you just hear some heavy claps. As you guys are heading up the ladder from the second floor, you just hear like pounding. You're not sure what the hell's going on down there, but they seem to have, you've kind of hit.
Sounds like they're smushing Zaya. It was nice knowing her.
Yeah, but you seem to have hit the right kind of the right kind of tone with these guys. Oinker Boinker's like, Boinker, that was good. Oinker, that was amazing. Boinker can do that. And these are just
I am
smashing their
so
heads
sweaty
together.
right now.
Punk, punk, punk. They knock themselves out and fall over.
And as I finish,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna cast suggestion.
I knew it.
Yeah, I knew this is coming.
This is
And I'm
amazing.
gonna
I love
say-
it.
And I'm gonna say, oh shit, you made me lose it. Fuck. Okay, I'll say,
And she shits everywhere.
Bards love story. How about you tell me the story of the last time you used the conch shell without forgetting any details?
Wow, this has taken quite the turn, ladies and gentlemen. here we are. The Gilded Dice presenting you the Storm King's Thunder. Never in my wildest dreams had I thought this would turn into this. Did not see any of this coming. Yes.
So stressed out right now.
This is great. This is the best position to be in.
I mean,
Because
A
Like-
small gnome surrounded by
I'm
giants.
gonna also do something else.
Okay.
As I do that, I'm
you better
gonna-
hope the other giants aren't overly protective of that secret.
wait, I just want to make sure. I don't know if I can use it.
You get the impression that
It's is it an ability check or no?
for her? Yes.
Yeah, it is.
It's
Okay.
a wisdom saving throw.
I'm gonna.
Go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
I'm also gonna use cutting words,
Okay.
but I won't use words. I'm gonna use my wit to distract her.
Okay.
So I use my bardic inspiration to subtract that number from her roll.
Oh wow. Okay. Using your wit, you throw in some serious undertones to your suggestion spell. You know, adding a few words here and there that kind of throws her off guard. Make your roll.
Yeah,
I made my roll already, so I know what's happening.
I need
You have
to.
inspiration, right? Or did you use that for the one?
Well, yeah, but I can't use it. I need to slash. Hold on. Yeah, I can barely use my touchpad because my hands are so sweaty. Okay, so it's subtract a 3.
She looks at you. The other hill giants, are kind of looking at you strange. Like the what you're asking Chief God. Why would she ever say something like this? But you gathered from what you've seen from the giants previously in Grudd Haug, they respect Chief Ga because they respect the Allfather. So to go against Chief Ga would go against the Allfather. Chief Ga looks at you and says, with her -1 wisdom, "Oh, well, I was called upon when the Ordening fell. The moment we felt it, we were all called upon to make our way to the council to discuss what had happened. I had went out of respect for these stone giants. The stone didn't go. The frost didn't go. But the Countess was there. And so was the Jarl of the Frost. To get there, I sat upon my throne in Grudd Haug. I called upon my most trusted servants to lift me from my throne and retrieve the conch shell. I placed it in my hands, so tiny yet beautiful, and I whispered into it the rune, the word, scold, the ancient word that has been inscribed in it. And then I blew the conch shell." She sits back, proud of her story. She's gonna make a performance check. With her great charisma. $11. So, her portrayal of the story was, she sits back, she says, "You see, you're not the only one here that can enter."
Yeah, I really like to be entertained too. So off I go, getting your conch shell.
Yeah, bring it back as soon as possible.
Promise.
All right. And off you scurry amongst the pigs, not looking back as Chief Ga kind of shakes her head. Her mind a little clouded, wondering why the hell she just said that to you. The suggestion spell wearing off as now She's kind of curious. She's kind of worried. But you did promise to bring it back to her.
I did.
Counting on that. She's counting
I will.
on that trust of the small folk. And she puts that thought behind her. All right. So the rest of the rest of you guys had just left Zaya behind and had made your way, Hruk, following you and kind of escorted you guys to the exit of Grudd Haug. Kind of the way you guys had entered from the west. You guys descend down the ladders and you find yourself at the base of Grudd Haug. It's approaching the late afternoon. The sun begins to set. Not far behind you, Zaya comes running out with a smile on her face. Zaya, you ran out with a smile on your face.
What?
You come running out behind everyone with a smile.
Yeah.
She's alive.
Yeah, I am. Of course I am. I just performed for Giants. I should remember that. I take a mental note that I did my first performance to the Giants.
But what about
That's all I say.
the conch? Did you give it back to her?
No. Don't worry about it, Annika.
I'm fucking worried about it because you're gonna ruin everything that we did. We spent a whole time in here trying to fix things, and we have an opportunity to. And a little halfling is going to steal something from them and ruin it all.
I feel like this is gonna come back to haunt us.
Glory of D&D.
I'll give it back. I mean, like, I didn't lie about that.
All right, you guys find yourselves, leaving Golden Fields. The prisoners that were in Grudd Haug are relieved to see the sun, or see the exterior. Galvin Dragonmore, the scout, he gets down on his hands and knees, just starts kissing the ground. Just like, mwah, mwah. Oh, glorious days! This is amazing. Thank you guys for getting me out of that hellhole.
So who's that?
Galvin Dragonmore, the scout from Golden Fields.
Oh.
It just begins to thank you. The family, as you guys kind of gathered around in circles, you're safe now. They begin to thank you guys profusely. The father says, "Oh, thank you all so much. We're definitely next. They took Roderick, the little halfling, and we were next in line for the feast, or to be fed to the chief. My name is Arnell. This is my wife, Wynn." And Wynn comes forward and she shakes all your hands and tries to go for hugs. And
I interrupt him and turn to the scout. And I say, "Can you get these people safely back to Golden Fields?"
he looks like, "Well, yeah, very well. I mean, you want to take along with me?" Arnell says, "Oh, we're from Ullivin, just down the Iron Road. Our little town was under siege by giants. I think they were kind of similar to these ones."
Sounds like it wasn't that safe then. Perhaps you should go with the scout back to Golden Fields. It's well defended.
I mean, we have to see how the rest are doing. We were looking for help, but our town was attacked. And I mean, it could be okay, but we have to go home. And he turns towards Galvin and says, "Could you escort us to Ullivin? These ones seem busy." Galvin says, "Sure, why not? Gonna make a bit stop to Ullivin. I'm gonna head to Golden Fields afterwards. Let the abbot know what's happened, what has transpired." At which point the children, kind of gather. Wynn, the mother, says, "Children, Griffith, Morkan, say thank you." And the kids kind of go up to each other. They bow and say, "Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Thank you." And they kind of go to shake your hands.
Pat them on the head.
The little girl, the youngest, Taleri, she kind of walks up to Zaya, being of your kind of similar heights. She smiles, and the father, Arnell, looks and smiles back and says, "She's mute. She can't speak." And you look towards Teleri, and she does a little sign language towards you, Zaya.
Do I know anything about it?
You guys, do any of you speak sign language? I mean, would you have in your backstory have learned this kind
Nope.
I mean,
Okay, so
I maybe maybe a roll would be best for it.
okay,
Because I'm educated,
yeah,
but
okay.
like,
In
but
in those kind of
whether or
things.
not that would be in it, you know.
Yeah, a
even-
knowledge roll, of course. But I mean, if you just blatantly had no kind of information, I guess. So, Arnell sees that you're kind of, just smiling and nodding. He says, "Oh, she's saying thank you for getting her out, and that you have beautiful hair." And he smiles at you.
I smile and I bow.
Bow. She goes to each one of you. She's kind of doing a little sign language to each one of you, complimenting you. She's very polite for a little girl. To Luna, compliments your clothes and Cinder. Rogadar, she just thinks you're just out of this world cool. Arnell is kind of translating, and his wife Wynn as well, just translating what they're saying to you. She says to you, Rogadar, that you're so shiny, and she wants to be like you when she grows up, like literally just like you. She wants to be a dragon. Wolverbane,
I grew up, I'm gonna be a dragon.
Wolverbane, she says that you look so big and strong, and she wants you to kind of throw her up, like just kind of throw up in the air.
Okay. I'll be gentle and not throw her as high as I can.
Okay, you do the little toss. Her face is just full of delight, and she's just going crazy with her sign language. And Arnell's just like, "Oh, she's loving it. Why don't you just keep doing that?" You do it a few more times. And she goes to Lucius. She's kind of cautious. Goes to Lucius, who looks a little bit foreboding and scary, as opposed to Rogadar, the Dragonborn. And she kind of timidly signs towards you, Lucius. Arnell says she says you're kind of cool and spooky. He's cautious with his words. Cautious with his words to kind of interpret it in a way that wouldn't offend you. But you can make a knowledge roll if you want to see if you understand what
Well, if he's translating anyways,
Okay.
I just listen.
Okay.
I just nod.
And then she goes to Anakel. Anakel, you have no idea. You kind of hear what's happening. You can't see her or anything. You just know she's doing these things. She starts doing something in front of your face, like just kind of signing as well. You guys see her sign. Wynn kind of goes up and whispers in her ear, but you hear she says, "Teleri, dear, you can't see." And Teleri kind of reaches up and grabs your hands, Anakel.
Oh, yes.
And she pulls him down into like a kind of a motion like this, and places her little tiny hands in your palm. And she begins to sign, and you feel like these rapid, finger motions, finger movements, these strange placements, and you kind of feel around, and she feels like she's repeating herself constantly over and over again, in just rapid succession. You can't really, but you don't know it. You just feel her hands moving, and it's kind of a rhythm to it.
I nod like I understand what she's doing, but I have no idea what he's saying.
The rest of you guys, you're watching this. Arnell just doesn't say anything. Neither does Wynn. They kind of look at each other with
Guys,
this awkward look.
what's he doing?
And Arnell stutters. She's like, I don't know what she said. And Wynn says to her as well, says, "Teleri, dear, what are you saying to him?" And she's at the whole time, she just keeps moving her hands nonstop in your palms, and you can feel it, just a rhythm. Just as she kind of steps back, she signs towards her parents and signs towards you, and Wynn says, "Oh, she's saying thank you, and that you have lovely clothes." And Arnell just kind of chuckles with this confused.
Oh boy. It's coming back and haunt me.
Yeah,
You all know
I
what
totally
this
know where
is.
it's just going.
Do I feel a sense of like dread? Like something wasn't right?
I mean, the whole situation seemed a little awkward when it came to you, Anakel. I mean, it seemed there was clearly some difference.
I pat her on the head.
She smiles.
You're
and
welcome. You're welcome.
Smiles. And as you guys continue making your way, you just notice that Hruk is still behind you, just following you guys. and he says, Chiefka now commands us to bring back the wives. I'm going for Moog. Where is she?
She's just south of here, a few miles. There's a tower. An old broken down tower.
Southeast.
Southeast of here. Just past the Iron Road. Just north of the Iron Road.
He sniffs the air. You've never seen a giant kind of smile or look joyful, but as he sniffs the air and a wind blows, he sniffs and I smell her. I smell Moog. And he just darts off southeast with this look of overwhelming joy as he follows the scent of
Bye, Hruk.
Without a second word, he just leaves.
Bye, brother.
Let's not go in that direction.
I sniff the air to see if
I
I
don't
can
wanna watch
also
that.
smell her.
Yeah.
Nobody wants.
Yeah. Make a perception check, Rogadar.
They're gonna get it on in that tower.
Ew.
You're gonna keep a wide berth.
Ew.
18.
It smells like somebody defecated
Oh, come on.
into a pile
Perfect.
of rotten cheese,
Oh, stop.
and you're like, "Yep,
Just
that's
eat.
Moog."
Awesome. I know where he's going with this. Let's go the other way, guys.
How much time has passed during the day this far?
It's approaching the evening now. You guys had quite a tough time in the thing.
You know what this means.
As you guys are also discussing, Roderick's just like, you guys have kind of made your way. We would say about a little bit southeast, away from Grudd Haug, safe distance. Get away from everything. Roderick's just panting. He's so relieved. He's hugging his pig, and he's like, "Oh, Biddy, I'm so glad to see you. Oh, my life's not over. My life's not over." He's oh, that was one wild ride back there.
Biddy or
That's the-
Binny?
Biddy.
Like, how do you spell that?
Binney.
Binny. Okay.
Can I touch the pig and see if there's an arcane
Well, I
presence?
suppose you'll be heading back to Belliard then.
Yes, absolutely. And I understand that you've struck a deal with these hill giants. Perhaps we can maybe work on getting our livestock back. But first, I gotta get back
Well,
home.
I mean, we did, but you know.
And he says, I thank you so much for helping me get Biddy back. You have no idea what this means to me.
Can I touch the pig and see if there's an arcane presence? I'm just curious to know if it's like a polymorphed.
Okay, yeah, you touch the pig, make an Arcana check.
Pure curiosity. Nope. Okay, I don't know anything. It's a pig.
It's a pig. It oinks. It oinker boinkers at you. It boinks you in the oinker. But Roderick looks towards you, says, I thank you so much. You have no idea. Everything is this pig. Everything in my life is this pig.
Everything is this big.
Everything in my life is this pig. I feel like I have to repay you.
Well, if we ever come to Belliard,
If you come to Belliard, yes. I own some properties. Perhaps maybe I can offer you one of my something of the sorts. If you're looking for a new home or something,
A guild hall.
oh, yeah, let's do it. We can
But
roll.
please, can I ask you one more favor?
We need a headquarters.
Sure. What's up?
He looks to Wolverbane and says, "You big one, could you do something for me?"
What?
Can you kill Biddy, please?
What?
Can I-
What?
Can I kill your pig?
What?
Can you kill my pig?
I can very easily kill your pig.
No.
Please.
How do you want-
I have to get back to Belliard.
What?
He's going to be missing me.
Wait. You want us to save your pig, and now you want us
Do
to
you
kill
want-
it?
Do you want me to crush it with my bare
Please
hand?
don't do it.
Slice
just
it in
just
half
with
with
your,
No,
my
don't
just with
do
your
it.
axe. Just with
Why
your
do
axe.
you-
I have no.
Pop
No.
its head off like
Can
a
I just
cork?
like
No,
What,
stop.
like-
Ask him why, because I'm pretty sure he
I
wants to
just
pay us back. So
can I just
Yeah.
pull out my greatsword and
no.
attack it?
Sure. Make an attack roll.
Stop.
As as you're discussing the
No,
methods
stop.
of
Can I pop its head like
Guys,
a cork?
stop.
Can
Can I still ask him why while this
Yeah,
is
that
happening?
hits.
Squeeze it really
It's
hard.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just listing off very excitedly all the different ways I could possibly kill a pig.
As you're doing that, Road.
I walk away.
The
I am
family-
patiently, you just see my arm fly out, a greatsword manifest. I just bring it up over my head and straight down onto the pig.
The family kind of gathers, kind of like, oh, children, don't look. Although they've seen a lot of shit in Grudd Haug. Your great axe just whoosh, slices
Great sword.
cleanly through.
I don't
Great sword
notice, and I'm
slices.
like, can I whip it around in the air and then slam it into a rock?
As you're just contemplating the many ways you can kill a pig, Lucius, you slice it cleanly in half with your great sword. The pig,
It had a collar.
the pig splits in half. There is no.
Oh,
The pig splits in half. There is no blood. It's the two halves fall to the ground, and a puff of smoke disappear. As the smoke dissipates, Roderick kind of quickly runs to the middle of the smoke as it dissipates, and there, sitting at his feet, is a bag of holding. He grabs it, puts it on. He goes in, starts rummaging through his stuff.
Is that a piggy bank?
It's all there. Oh, thank you so much. You have no idea. I have my whole life. My whole life is in this bag. Oh, I paid a lot of money for a wizard to do a true polymorph on that big.
I was right.
I walk up to him and slap him across his face.
Smack him cleanly across his face, just as hard as you can. What was that for?
You made us run through a city of giants just to save your pig, and you didn't even tell us that it was not your pet?
It was a pig. I mean,
You lied to us.
You're in the middle of Grudd Haug. That's crazy.
And then I pull out my short sword, and I hold him up, and I'm like, tell me now why I shouldn't kill you right here.
Okay.
Oh,
I grab
Lucius,
him by
he is like my
I grab him
favorite.
by the arm. Chill, just chill. It's okay.
Dude, I need to remind you, you almost killed me in Grudd Haug with an arrow.
Well, clearly, I should have done it right the first time.
He starts to freak out and just.
Calm down.
Okay, can
Calm
I go
down,
to him
Luna.
now? Can I talk to him finally?
I suppose Luna doesn't like being told half-truths.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, Isaiah. What do you
Okay,
say?
so I'll say, so since we helped you retrieve all of your treasures, I guess you owe us one.
Yes, come to Beliard. I have. I can set you up with. I have real estate. I have deeds to land and I have one for a tower and other things like that. So I would be glad to part with one of them for you.
We will definitely take you up on that offer, I think.
Great.
You know what? When I come back here and give this conch shell and find the conch shell and give it back, we'll go to Belia right after.
That would be great. I would love to host you. You've been so kind to me. Except that one, Luna.
Don't worry, she's just, she's the last one that came with us, so she doesn't really know yet what she's doing. But you'll see. You'll get around.
He snugs the bag of holding tightly around him, tightens the strap. He's like, very well. Well, again, the name's Roderick Hilltopple. Come meet me in Beliard when you're ready.
I'm still holding him up, you know.
Oh, you're lifting him?
Uh-huh.
Oh, make a strength check to see if you maintain your strength.
Will.
I look at Wolverine and just like do one of these.
Okay,
Deal with these. Deal with
Rogadar, can you free this guy? Like,
You're
I
just
mean, he
holding
has
him,
a
and he's
mistake
dangling,
for us.
dangling there like, please let me down. Can I go now?
Rogadar! Rogadar!
He lands face
21.
first. As he lands face first into the mud, he lets a little cry, quickly scampers to his feet, and starts running northward, saying, "Oh, okay, bye. See you in Beliard."
Well, to be fair, Lucius and I did warn him that if he did anything stupid, and he did something very stupid, he'd risk all our lives to get him down
we were
there
there
only for
already.
his property.
We're already there.
I know,
reasons.
but I'm still mad.
So, just quickly, because we're getting approaching the end time. Just want to get through something else real quick. Which way are you guys heading? You heading which direction?
Ullivan.
You head towards Oliven?
What? Why would we go to
No,
Oliven?
no.
We
Because
need to go
there's
back to
giants.
Oliven.
Where are the prisoners from?
Oliven.
Oliven.
They're all from Oliven except for the one that is from
No, well, the other ones.
Roderick is going to. No, the scout was from Golden Fields.
Yeah.
We recognized his armor.
Yeah,
The
Galvin will.
halfling is going up to Beliard,
yeah.
but Galvin is escorting the prisoners to their hometown of Oliven, which apparently has been under siege by giants.
So, are you
I
guys?
need to report to Zent HQ what I have learned thus far.
All right.
Besides, if the hill giants are attacking Oliven, they might stop now that we have some pseudo, hopefully very, very thin alliance with the hill giants.
So, you guys gonna let Galvin take the family to Ulven, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so they bid adieu to you guys again. They say, if you're ever in Ulven, come visit us. We owe you so much.
Well, he's giving us land.
And
Okay,
I
so
vote-
what's the family name in Ulivan?
I don't have a last name. I'll give you a last name in a bit.
Okay.
And Galvin Dragomore says, all right, well, I'm gonna head to Ulven with these fine folk, and then I'm off to Golden Fields to report. Thanks again, friends.
There is an inn to the west of us. I'm sure that many of us are tired, could use some
I'm
rest.
Is it
I
close
say-
by? We can get there quick.
I say we head to the Barge Right Inn, and then make our way south through Golden Fields, and down to Waterdeep, where our next most promising lead lies.
Why is Waterdeep our lead?
All right.
Just out of curiosity. I wasn't part of that with you guys when you made that.
What was her job title again? Maxine?
She was the
She was
jeez.
Sorry.
the Waterdeep's voice in Golden Fields.
Straight.
Let us know that there is somebody in Waterdeep who has particular knowledge of dragons, and she advised us to go and speak with him.
How far are we from the
All right, so
Good
you guys,
luck.
it's getting, yeah, you guys are. a couple
We also
miles from
have that black stone that we go and get a whole bunch of loot from that Mulan chick's house.
Yeah.
Who wants
Okay.
loot?
So it is getting late. You guys are heading south towards the Iron Road. You are quite a distance from the Barge Right Inn, but I mean, it is getting late.
How far are we from Grudd
A
Haug?
couple miles if you
Okay.
you guys were just walking. You guys can make it to the close to the Iron Road before night falls upon you.
Let's just
Let's rest
camp
here.
out.
Yeah.
Zaya, can you do another tent, or are we
Yeah.
gonna be under the stars tonight?
No. I can make the tent because it's a ritual, but I don't have to make it right away. Like we can have supper and just chill a bit before I put it up.
You guys want to rest here for the night?
I think so. That was pretty hairy.
It was hairy indeed. All right, so
What's
Zaya,
wrong with Harry?
he says he spent some time to put your hut up.
I don't
You
want
guys-
to put it right away.
You
'Cause
guys,
If I do that right away, then I'm stuck and I can't move around.
okay, I mean just in the purpose of, okay. All right, so you guys do whatever you need to do prior to Zaya putting the tent up, which is
Nothing.
all right. So Zaya, you put up your huts,
Fine.
and you guys do what it is you need to do. You feel that
Usual, making food, whatever.
your experiences since Golden Fields, traveling through the Forlorn Hills, fighting off barbarians and hags and trolls, encountering dragons and Ettins, and just this getting through Grudd Haug has made you grown as a party and grown as individuals.
Yes.
Feel that you've learned something upon this journey. You will be level 7 upon your finishing your rest.
Yeah. Level
Is there
7
anything you
vigor?
guys want to do during your long rest?
Yes.
Well, I'm going to keep watch for 4 of the hours, and
Copy
Luna will split watch.
Okay.
Luna and I.
Wait, did you just say we leveled? Revel up?
Yes, but for next.
Revel up.
Level 7.
Rogadar, would you like to do anything on the long rest?
I'm gonna polish off that gem that I found in the pile.
All right, roll me a 1d4 real quick.
During my watch, I will tear a page from my journal and write a letter containing all of the information that I have gleaned
All
thus
right.
far.
All right, would you-
I rolled a 1.
Okay. Cool.
I'm
Okay,
going
Lucius, yeah.
to.
You scribble all the details, meticulously details of what you have learned on this journey.
I go up to Rogadar
And
and
it's
I ask,
addressed to my superiors.
Okay. Rogadar, as you polish off this stone, it's a large gemstone. As you remove the soot, you see that it is kind of a clear material. and within the center of it is an energy, a moat, an elemental moat that just bounces around the interior of this gem. The color of it is blue. It looks like a sapphire as it emanates. This energy bounces around. Spend some time with it. You discover it is an elemental gem. It contains the heart, the essence of a air elemental. You know that cracking this gem open and releasing the heart of this elemental, you can summon an air elemental.
Sick.
One-time use.
One-time use, yes. Zaya, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go talk to Rogadar, but I'm not gonna talk to him if people are around.
Okay.
I went up.
You guys are all in the hut, so you are around.
Yeah, well, I wanted to put a hut later, but guess I'll do it in the morning then.
Okay.
I can do that now.
I go up to Rogadar. So I haven't been as useful in battle as you are. I was wondering if you could show me a couple moves.
Well, all of the training that I have is with the glaive here. It's very different from an axe.
Is there any kind of drills that I could learn that'll get my fitness up? Any kind of war philosophy that you can bestow upon me?
I'm sure I still remember a few of the different movements that I was put through as I was being trained. I could show you those. They're meant to just build fluidity from movement to movement.
That would be very helpful. I could really do with an extra action.
What are like?
Surging through my body.
FPS level 7.
Sure. So I guess I go and show Wolverbane some of the training things that I've done in the past.
All right.
I'm enthralled.
And aroused.
Fighting is enthralled and aroused.
All right. So you spend
Fighting is not just using your rage and smashing things.
You spend a few hours because you need to have rest, just training. At some points between there, Rogadar, kind of Zaya, you managed to catch Rogadar off by himself.
Taking a water break.
Taking a water break, and he's by himself, and you wanted to speak to him.
Okay.
A water break.
Can I whisper to him like, "Hey, Rogadar, I need to talk to you."
What's up?
So, listen. When I went back to see the giants, I didn't just
stupid
perform.
decision. Yeah.
It was great. Listen, there's more. So I didn't just perform. I did a little more than that, but I didn't tell the other guys, and I didn't tell you until now. But I want to be truthful, so I'm telling you what I did. And I think I know how to use the conch shell. And before I do something stupid, I just wanted to tell you that I'm gonna try to use it before we go to bed.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
And I just wanted you to be aware, just in case something happens, so you're ready. Because I know you like to fight, so, just be at your ready, because I'm gonna blow in the conch shell.
Sure.
Soon.
Sounds good.
Okay?
The job of a DM is never easy. All right. So you guys return to the hut. You guys have done the training. You're tired. You have a nice meal. Celebrating.
Can I actually just wait? I just want to specify what I said. So I'll say to Rogadar, I'm just gonna sleep, but I'm gonna blow it first thing when I wake up in the morning.
Sure. Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right.
Okay. But I'm like, Rogadar, don't tell anyone.
Okay. Sure.
All
Sounds
right.
good.
Okay. So you have a glorious meal. You
If this
reflect.
does what I imagine it does, this is gonna be
I
so
know.
bad.
Oh yeah, I
I
think
know.
I'm guessing what's gonna
I
do
know exactly
as well.
what's gonna happen.
You reflect
Bitch.
upon your Grudd Haug, and
Can you
You had
please
some-
let me blow it before the session end, though, please?
I'm trying to get to it.
Okay.
Man.
Sorry.
Okay, you reflect. You guys, you had some disagreements in Grudd Haug, but you know what? I think you guys grew as a party. So, anyways, going forward, you have your rest. You sleep. You do your watches, Lucius and Luna.
Lucia.
Lucia and Luna.
That's a new person.
Our baby.
But before we get to that, real quick here. Anakel, you're stirred from your sleep.
Oh no.
It's hard for you to find rest, as you're kind of reflecting as well on what you have learned, and you can't shake the thought of Teleri, the girl, just being in front of you.
Can't.
As you're thinking over and over again of what she was doing, you open your eyes and you find yourself sitting in a field. You're close to a road that enters a small little town. The town looks quiet, peaceful. Families are out tending to farm animals and their fields. And a little girl runs and plays in the fields, or on the road. She's laughing and she's dancing. You see her wave to somebody, and you see her look to to her left as she signs something towards them. This girl is Teleri. You see her for the first
The
time.
music is super loud.
Sorry, my bad. As you stand up, you begin to chase after her. She's still somehow keeping a pace ahead of you. She darts behind around a corner. As you shout, your voice kind of fades into the distance. You look up and you find yourself, you are in somewhat sort of astral area. Like, again, the sky is just full of stars. It is purple and dark blue, like a galaxy. It seems endless, and you're on a piece of rock where this town resides. As she darts around a corner, you follow her. You stop as you see her run past another child. This child's back is towards you. She's laughing.
Is it a boy?
It appears to be a boy in rugged clothes. She laughs and skips past him, and she waves at him, and she happily descends off to the distance beyond your sight.
Do I recognize him?
You begin to walk around because he's not moving. He is stiff. As you look around, it is Herbert.
Oh, no.
And in his chest sticks out a silver dagger.
Oh,
At which point, his hand reaches up and trembles as he reaches for the dagger and pulls it out. As he does, it's like an earthquake shatters the ground before you. The ground cracks and the rubble begins to sift. The buildings start to crash upon you, and it's all coming back to you, familiar like the other vision. The world begins to fall apart and fall in on itself. Beyond the edge of the stone that you stand upon, this large, dark, ominous shadow humanoid figure that you had seen before in your previous vision begins to raise from beyond the cosmos. In its hand, a large weapon, and it stands before you. As it does, the ground shakes more violently, and you lose your footing.
Wake up!
You slap yourself. You don't feel anything. As you begin to panic and try to pinch yourself, you lose your footing and fall into your back. You find yourself once again in darkness, on your back. The shadow figure, somehow darker than the darkness itself, raises this weapon in the air and slams it down upon you, and you wake up.
Did anyone notice I'm awake?
Everyone's asleep except who's everyone on watch, who's just out kind of doing their thing.
I just lie back in bed
All right.
and curl into fetal position.
And sleep
I
finds you eventually. The morning comes. Zaya, you wake up. And as you guys begin to stir,
Oh,
I
that's never gonna
pull the conch shell out of my bag of holding.
all right. You retrieve the conch shell from your bag of holding.
I'm not gonna say it was Luna's fault, but it's all Luna's fault.
it was my fault.
All
And
right,
I'm
so
sorry.
what do you do? Zaya, what do you do?
So I say scold and I
As you
blow into the
first
shell.
gold into the conch shell, the rune springs to life. A golden energy traces around the rune, and it flashes to life, and it illuminates your face. You feel the conch shell begin to grow warm.
Do any of us see this?
You guys are kind of asleep, stirring.
Okay.
You're waking up to see now Zaya sitting there with the conch shell in her hands. Her face illuminated by the glyph itself.
And it's like
Crazy
it's
woman.
huge too. Like it's like as
Yeah.
big as her.
He's like laughing
She's sitting
maniacally.
She hid inside. She hid inside it before.
Zaya, what do you do?
What are you doing?
Is that battle
Does
music?
anything happen?
It feels warm to the touch. The rune glows silently upon your face.
Who is on second watch?
It was Luna.
Well, have we stirred? Like you?
Yeah,
Well,
you guys
we're
begin
stirring and
you guys
seeing
begin to
this.
stir awake. Zaya, what do you do?
I shake.
see
I
this.
shake
It's
the
like,
other
what
people
the hell?
awake.
All right,
What the hell are you doing, Zaya?
I'm using the conch shell.
We need music.
Do you even know what that thing does?
Nope.
All right. So Zaya, what do you do in the moment as they're waking up around you?
Destroy the world.
I used it. I look around. Does anything happen?
Well, we're familiar with the story that Chief Goss said. She
There
said
was
the word
more-
scold and blew into the conch shell. What do you
Oh.
do, Zaya?
So
What do
I
you
blew
do?
in the conch shell. I thought I said that already.
Oh, I guess you did.
I didn't hear you say that.
As you guys stir,
did.
you watch as this face glows with his rune. You reaches as when you stir everyone awake. You all wake up to watch Zaya blow into the conch shell. As she does, it lets out a soft Om. Zaya,
That's it.
as this happens, you hear a seagull. You hear waves. The waves become stronger. It becomes stronger and stronger. The water begins to flow out of the conch shell. Water begins to fill your hut. The rest of you watch as she begins to scramble at nothing. Zaya, the hut begins to fill with water. It comes rushing out of the conch shell. It begins to swirl around you as you begin to sink into the grounds. You grasp for whatever you can, but there's nothing there. Everything turns to water. Next thing you know, you're being pulled into a whirlpool. Spinning, 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 rapidly descending as water rushes and fills you over your head. Darkness takes you. As the rest of you watch, Zaya disappear. Zaya, you are tumbling in a whirlwind of water. You're being battered by rocks and other debris, but you're spinning fast. You're not sure which way is up or down. You catch a glimpse of the ocean floor just for a moment as you're descending rapidly to the bottom of the ocean. Trying to hold your breath in this moment. You catch.
Oh, but I
glimpse
can
of-
breathe in water.
You can.
Yeah, I
You
have
have-
a key for that.
As you quickly use your action to pull on the hood of the manta ray, the cloak of the manta ray, you breathe in just as your last air was escaping from your body. Being able to grab your composure, you look around. You see as you descend to down this whirlpool, 5 large spires are coming out of the grounds, and you're descending between these spires. All right, jeez.
Is this a perma split party now?
Oh my.
Zaya,
Oh, we're gonna
as
find
you
out.
pull rapidly down, the water pressure begins to crush your little body. It is tight. It is hard to breathe. Let me here real quick.
What if it has to be a giant and otherwise it crushes smaller things to death?
Oh no! Don't look!
Hey, no look, no look.
Don't
I-
look.
I think I put you on the wrong. Yeah, I put you on the wrong map.
Well,
Oh
no,
no!
no,
alright.
I can't believe
Now-
I got
okay.
split out.
Now you can
You
look.
look now.
Sorry. Really. All right, Zaya. As you now get pulled down to this whirlwinds, you start to see at the bottom of. You've basically gone through a hole in the ocean floor and descend further and further, hundreds of feet down this whirlpool that is so violent and vicious. You caught glimpses of hundreds and hundreds of shipwrecks. There is just debris from old ships and new at the sea level and even deeper. As you look down, being pulled below the earth, below the ocean floor, you see now you're in a large basin, a almost like a water grate at the bottom as the water is going down towards it, and there's shipwreck pieces everywhere. You're getting hit and battered by rock and debris. As you become getting precariously close to what appears to be just the abyss below, the current changes rapidly, and you're no longer riding the waves around and around in a circle, but are jettisoned out one of what appears to be caves exiting this area.
In a cave.
To your northeast, the water rapidly shifts and the current pulls you. Being a small creature, you see barnacle-covered portcullis that blocks this entrance, but you are tiny and you just pass right through the area. And you find yourself in a in a large kind of basin. Let me open this up for you.
So scary.
You're about looking up. You can see maybe the surface is about 40 feet above you. Right where you are is it's kind of like a coral reef, a beautiful coral reef of various colors and shells. As you are floating here, swimming, you are kind of just at the bottom of this, and you see the entrance is about 40 feet above you.
So there's nothing else around?
It's just a stony wall full of shells and other coral reefs. It's like a coral reef, and you can see the only way is up. As the current keeps pushing through the gated area, you can't really go anywhere else.
But up is only like air, or there's water going?
No,
up?
like the surface of this pool that you have entered into appears to be 40 feet high, 40 feet above you.
Oh, the surface of. So I'm still underwater.
You are currently underwater.
Okay, so yeah, I'll go up.
All right. You being able to breathe, not worrying about that, but the pressure of the water is kind of crushing your little body. You start swimming rapidly upwards. As you breach the surface. I'm sorry. As you breach the surface, you are greeted by large tridents pointing down upon you. These tridents are massive and being held by what appears to be giants.
Oh boy.
Sorry, 1 second. Let me just fix it up here.
Okay.
Can I? Well, I'll wait for this to finish. Just want to do one last thing.
As you breach the surface, 5 giants stand before you.
What kind of giants?
Look down upon you. These giants are massive. You thought the hill giants were big for your size? Double. And they stand ferociously looking upon you. Their beards are full of barnacles, and their clothes are adorned with seashells and bright corals, and fish bones and whale bones. One of them looks more ornate than the rest. He stands before you, looks down upon you, and he says to you, Zaya, as you float there, "In the name of King Hecaton, commander of the Wormscale Throne, protector of the Trackless Sea, and ruler of the Giants, who is this that
What's the name of the ruler?
Who is this that dare enter and use the sacred conch shell to set foot upon Maelstrom, the citadel of storms?" And that's where we're going to end off for tonight.
Can you just repeat his name? The ruler?
Yes, I'm going to type it up for you.
She's dead.
Well,
She's
this
dead.
story sure took a interesting turn, anyways.
I wanted to do one
amazing.
thing, but I'll do it at the beginning of the next session. Oh boy. Oh boy.
And she has to talk her way out of this all by herself.
These are
It's a good thing. I mean, it's a good thing you're a bard and not
It's a good
like
thing
a
I
fighter or
also
something.
speak giant.
Yeah, but I mean, well, presumably giants of this nature can speak common as well.
Oh, were they
But,
talking giant or were they coming?
No, they were talking to
Talking
you. Well, they're talking to you in common.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I kind of figured as much.
What's the name of
But
this? Ruler?
Maelstrom.
Maelstrom. I'll type it up for you.
Oh, I wrote it right. No, almost.
Oh boy.
It's gonna be fun watching you deal with this at the beginning of the next session.
But it's like there was no way that we were all gonna get in. Like someone had to go by themselves,
Well,
and
we
you
don't-
guys wanted to give it back. Look what we'd
Yeah,
have
but we
missed
could
out
have
on.
we could have come up with a plan. Or
well,
something.
we'll see it. We'll see next
You
time.
wanted to give it back,
You
yo.
should have given it
We'll
back.
see. We'll see how this works out. We'll see how it works out.
I think you're dead.
I
Yeah.
think so.
We're not there to save you.
Yeah, like whatever happens, you now have to deal with it on your own.
You're alone.
And we should probably avoid like talking about it too much because we metagame a lot outside of playing.
Oh man! Oh man!
All right, thanks for watching.
Well, thanks for
Thanks for
watching,
stopping
guys. Hope you like that cliffhanger.
Come
And
back.
hopefully that's
next-
enough to make you come back next week.
Next
Next
Thursday.
Thursday,
Yeah,
6:30
next
Eastern
Thursday,
time.
6:30 Eastern.
Zaya tackles Maelstrom, the Citadel of Storm, by herself.
Essentially, the boss fight, I'm sure, of this campaign.
Yeah, it's like
Regret
we just jumped to the very end of the campaign. It's like
Yeah,
Chrono
you
Trigger.
guys have ruined the whole story, by the way.
Oh yeah, I have no doubt.
Yeah.
So does Zaya spend the rest of the campaign locked in a prison cell? Yet to be
Possibly.
determined.
Or a splat
mean,
on the
like-
floor of a giant cave.
Like,
Only
I
just
mean,
splat.
the Chief Ga came back, so there's a way back. At least we know that.
If they let you,
Yeah, they let you. That's the
Like
key.
for all we know, you've disappeared. We have no idea what happened
Yeah,
to you.
the conch shell.
we
also
don't know.
disappeared
We
with
don't know how to work
Oh, it
the
did?
conch to come
Yeah,
after you.
The conch shell, Zaya.
No,
lost-
it's gone
you
with
lost-
her now.
You lost the conch shell in your tumbling. It is
Shit.
not with you. You guys are left with nothing.
I was gonna jump
Oh,
in
the
there with a
conch
teleportation
disappeared. Oh, the conch
ring.
disappeared?
So wait,
God,
is
you're
it gone?
seriously bu-
we can't
Yeah,
even.
you
We
didn't
can't even
mention
take
that
the
part.
conch back.
wait,
to
wait,
Chief
wait,
God
wait.
and
No.
The conch
Damn.
shell is
Oh
yes.
my goodness.
Cool.
No
No
way.
way.
You're so.
So
it's-
when
it's gonna
she's
say-
down there, can we just? Is it there so we can take it
No,
back
it's
to
gone.
them?
No,
It's
as she used the conch of teleportation, it with her as well.
Oh fuck!
It pulled it right down into this whirlwinds. And Zai, you've lost track of the shell as you've descended. To
Well,
these.
yeah, it's
You're
like as
fine.
big as her. There's no way
Yeah.
she'd be able to hold on to
We're
it.
gonna find out it was the.
It's
Hill
fine.
Giants
These
one,
guys
they're
will
gonna
help me take
retaliate.
it back. They'll get it back with me.
So did the
They're
hut
gonna be so
disappear?
mad at the hill giants.
The hut is gone as you guys watching horror as a hut disappears. Zaya is gone. Ashley was like grasping for nothing, and Rogodar, you are with knowledge, a little knowledge of what's
Yep.
transpired.
Yeah.
Just that she's planning on using it though.
Oh, boy.
But we already
Okay,
know
guys.
she used it.
Yeah. well,
Oh
that's
my
true.
gosh, this is so crazy.
Good session.
This is turning into a. This is a nightmare. But this is so
Do you
good.
hate us now?
Wait,
No, it's so good.
Are we
It's-
streaming still?
Yeah. All
Yeah,
right.
but-
Let's. Okay.
Oh, but don't forget, next week you guys are level 7, so
Yeah.
All right.
for accomplishing
New
that.
bow and
All right.
level 7?
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks everyone for stopping by next Thursday, same time. Hopefully next Thursday, and we'll continue this.